Happy Mother's Day to start with. It's Mother's Day and then football. I should have said that earlier when I threw that promo out there. Hey, moms, you know what I'm saying? Because mom's probably tired of y'all anyway, you know what I'm saying? Because unless you had to give mom a phone call today, whatever the case may be. But happy Mama's Day. As I said, mama's first and then football. It's late in the day, and I figured it's okay to talk football now. Can you tell I feel shame? God, football is really a bad, it's like drugs. Hey, fam, but today, the Niners roster, I wanted to go over a little bit because the fact of the matter is the dust has already settled on the draft. A lot of players already in camp. We may pick up a few more after the cuts, but pretty much it's getting toward being set. Several player spots are in jeopardy after the NFL draft, though, and that's like every year that's the case. But this year, the Niners are talented from top the roster down to the water boy. I mean, marginal players and veterans of past seasons are going to have to do their best in the preseason this time to hang on to that locker. Organization is, I mean, this is like clubhouse now. That's just, it's going to be ridiculous to make that team. Even during the course of the draft, a lot of us were saying things like, we could package up some of the picks and get something real special, man. There's no way we're going to house up all these players, man. Just bringing them in for what? Just to cut them? That ain't right. So, tonight, I'm taking your phone calls for your projections of current Niners players that may be taken to task by the draft class of 2021 and possibly uprooted. Get right into it. The Niners selections in this year's draft may not be much of a factor on game days until next season, actually. But however, their 8 draft picks push some players who are already battling for a roster spot onto the roster bubble. And you know who they stand out every year. We'll see how the offseason plays out. Because it's way too soon to make these predictions. We don't know what these guys have been doing all season. I mean, some of the guys that they look like they were marginal players may have been working their butt off trying to improve. So, also we're going to have to wait and see what the injury situation looks like throughout camp, of course. But let's take a look at a few who were pushed further into the roster bubble after the Niners made their picks in the 2021 draft. Starting with your guy, your favorite guy and mine, Justin School. Came out of Fed. Justin came on, and he's in the SEC, coming out of Vanderbilt. Yeah. And only allowed 1 sack. I thought this boy was going to be the shiznit. School specialty as a swing tackle with the versatility to kick inside is now filled by a number of players on this roster. Second-round pick Aaron Banks figures to start at right guard. 5th-round pick Jalen Moore, Colton McKivitz, and Daniel Brunskill all occupy that role with their guard tackle versatility. School will need a huge offseason to work his way onto the roster this year. True or false? Justin, good luck to you, brah. And quarterback Bread Buddy Calhoun. That's 2 Ds. Buddy Calhoun spent the end of last season with the Niners and looked like he might be able to earn a roster spot due to his ability to play in the slot, which, of course, is occupied by K'Wan Williams, who K'Wan spends a little time each and every year, at least a game or two, on the IR. So, to begin with, K'Wan's probably not going to be gone long enough for anybody to really get in there and do a lot of work. That's why that guy we lost last year from the Hawks was so valuable. That guy was good. The selection of Oregon quarterback Demador, Diomo. This is one of those names you got to Google it up to find out how to pronounce it. Why would you name your child something that everybody's going to struggle with to say? Of course, I'm not sure where he's from, so maybe I should retract that statement. Demador Lenore. Of course, it kind of has a nice ring to it. Demador Lenore. Maybe an obstacle in the vet's path to, and I'm talking about Buddy Calhoun, path to the roster, though, and Lenore will occupy the spot on the roster Buddy Calhoun would have taken, barring any disastrous offseason from the rookie. See, 49ers picked out guys that they're saying if you're on this roster and you knew that you're going to battle for this spot each and every year, you better brace yourself because here they come. And then there's Wayne Gallman, right? This is why during the draft we were saying things. Get that corner. Get this dude. Get that dude. Get that. Hey. And what did the 49ers do? We've already got Wayne Gallman. The Niners signed Gallman to be the third running back behind Raheem Mostert and Jeff Wilson Jr. Didn't you assume that? I did. Right? His spot seemed relatively secure until the Niners spent not one, but two draft picks on running backs. What? Third round selection, Trey Sermon figures to have a big role. As he got picked up in the third round. He ain't going nowhere. He got a big role after they traded 2 fourth-round picks to move him up for him as well. Sixth-round pick Eli Mitchell has the size and speed to be a capable fourth option as well. Wayne G will need to have to show a freight container value as an all-around playmaker to hang on to a 53-man roster spot. There it is. That's the bottom line. And then there's strong safety Marcel Harris. Marcel has been serving some questions. I mean, the dude has been surviving with some question marks about his roster spot for a while now. It's pretty much been insurance for Kowalski T, who somehow has to go down each and every year since he's been drafted. Trent picked him up in what? Anyway, Kowalski, and I don't know. The 49ers took SC safety Talanoa Hufanga with their last pick in their now famous fifth round. You know how it goes in the fifth round. If you get picked by the 49ers in the fifth round, you could pretty much predict you're going to stick around, you know, because that is the pick. Can Marcel stop Talanoa? I don't even know if Kowalski can. That dude, if you watch clips on him, damn. So, Hufanga figures to round out the safety roster with J-Dub, T. Moore, Kowalski T, Tavon Wilson, all in the mix. Harris could wind up being the odd man out. Marcel, man, Marcel always liked you, man. I get in there and do what you can. Man. And then you look at the crowded quarterback room that includes Josh Rosen. You got to feel sorry for Mrs. Rosen, baby boy. But you know what? Rosen's actually a rich child who doesn't need to play football. This is just sort of like something he wanted to do. From what I understand about Rosen, he comes from a family, whether he plays football or not, is going to not have a lot of effect on his financial future. I guess as a rich child, you didn't want to go out and do your own thing. But still, the quarterback spot on the roster will be an especially intriguing battle if the 49ers wind up keeping the 5 quarterbacks on the 90-man roster. That feels a little like, nah, I don't think so, right? Nate Sudfeld joining the club and the Trey Lance selection in the draft means Rosen will need to be excellent in any practice reps he gets to stick as the team's number 3 signal caller. If you had to bet on him, would you bet on Rosen? I know you said, man, Ronbo, I wouldn't even bet on Jimmy G. Don't start. All right, and finally, quarterback Tim Harris Jr. Fam, remember the 2019 6th-round pickup? Yeah, that was Tim. And Tim debuted with 2 games last season. Niners had him on the field for 18 special team snaps. Harris was like a name coming out of high school, but injuries derailed his college career and limited him early in his pro career. Dude supposedly has a lot of physical tools to be a contributor in the 49ers secondary. And I figured they scouted him out thoroughly. They didn't know, college, I'm not sure if they got a big enough sample piece if he was hurt all the time. But it's Tim Harris. Tim may be saying goodbye. Niners made his climb to a roster spot even steeper when they took a Michigan cornerback, Ambry Thomas, in the 3rd round. See, those 3rd-round picks mean they're not going anywhere. They'll be given 1 year no matter what. We spent a 3rd-round pick on him. Embry's going to be here. So, you know what, though? You figure with our quarterback room looking like it does, and we're going to do. Most of us want to do our best to keep Dante Johnson on the bench. You know, maybe, but my own prediction is Harrison's in trouble, and we'll be in Seattle in time for lunch with Pete Carroll the day following the roster cuts. Because you know how Pete is, man. As soon as he sees something come from him, says, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa! Go get it quick! Get on the phone, make the call." And Tim Harris comes on over and he'd probably get a job too. I mean, because I'll never get over J.R. Reed. What? I'm looking up and watching this guy making all these plays. How come Reed looks like that? Maybe it's what, I don't know. We'll see. I'm sick of watching guys that, well, you know what? Actually, I understand the 49ers were not intending to get rid of you. You know the story, right? Reed was actually put on waivers just to provide a little space and room for the 49ers to do something else. They were going to bring him back the following Monday, I think, as I remember. He had a torn pec. Who knew? I mean, Pete, what are you doing? You put him on your 53-man roster? He's got a torn pec. So, nobody's seen that coming. Reed had a great year with the Seattle Seahawks. Harris goes to Seattle, he'll probably do the same thing. We got to get used to it. It's going to happen every year. Didn't I see the guy from Bend, Oregon? with all those footballs? Matt. There it is, the footballs. Go down. I knew it. It's Matty S. Matty, I see you, man. You can't miss Matt, man. And, of course, Rudy's in here, too. Guys, do not have one of those days when give Rudy no mercy. Comes in talking trash right from the start. Are you serious? Guy's a guest in here. He never brings anything. You know, you go to somebody's house for whatever gathering, you bring something in. Rudy never brings nothing in but garbage, trash. Good God. Somebody call the police. Hey, chill. Phil.
Hey, Ronbo.
Well, Phil, I'm looking at the excitement that's brewing in San Francisco. Did I mention any names that I could be wrong about? I mean, Wayne Gallman is the biggest shock to me. But go ahead.
Who's on the cusp, but I think he makes it. I think we keep, 8 offensive linemen. I think Moore, the guy they drafted in the 5th round, I think he may go to the practice squad. He's going to be the replacement heir apparent for Lincoln Tomlinson eventually. But,
yeah, you're right. That.
So
you're right.
I see the starting 5. You got McGlinchey, you've got Banks, you've got Kyle Mack, you've got Lincoln Tomlinson and Trent, and then backing them up, you got McKivitz backing up Medici, you got Brunskill backing up. Banks and Kyle Mack.
Yeah, he's backing up everybody.
Right, and then you've got School backing up Trent, and eventually Moore backing up Lincoln Tomlinson. But you can bring up, for 2 games, anybody from the practice squad. So it's basically you got to look at who you can put on the practice squad, who's eligible for the practice squad. That's going to make a big difference on who you cut and who you keep. Because you get 10 players on the practice squad, you get to bring up 2 at any time for no more than 2 games during the season. So, it's kind of like having an extra group of guys that you can draw from.
And I love the NFL providing this way out of, because a lot of times you run out of players because somebody cherry picked your practice squad. You may have had plans for that kid, and he's gone. So this is a good thing.
Even with that, Ronbo, we ran out of players last year.
I know, right?
Reed got taken, but it was so bad last year. We couldn't even work it with the rules that they have. So, I think School makes it, but I think one guy that's going to be cut is Sean Coleman. He makes $2 million, and it's he opted out last year, and I just think that he might be a cap casualty along with not enough roster spots for him. But I'm afraid the Rams might pick him up if he does. Because the Rams' offensive line is
trash.
Bad as it gets. I mean, McVay had to do a whole press conference on why he didn't draft an offensive lineman because their offensive line is so bad.
Hey, Phil, and the same thing can be said about the Hawks. Russell Wilson was
Exactly.
threatening to leave, and you guys drafted a wide receiver. What? You only have 3
Exactly.
picks?
We've got the 2 worst offensive lines in all of the league in our division. So, we complain about our offensive line. We're one of the best. And we're one of the best defensive lines, too. So,
I feel like,
I don't understand why people are picking the Rams
for what?
for the division, because we've got almost at every position we're better than them.
Whoa, Phil,
group.
I've not read that part of the info. The Rams are being picked to win the division. Oh, because of Stafford.
Yeah, because a lot of guys are picking them. That Hanson's power ranking had them one step ahead of us. We were 9th, they were 8th. But
No, but it's just Stafford. They think Stafford's going to come in and be a whole volume
save
above.
the world, but Stafford holds on to the ball quite a bit.
Yeah.
And with the Rams' offensive line, he's going to get clobbered.
Oh.
He's going to get clobbered.
And,
so, watch for that. And Stafford's not the non-injury prone either. So
yeah. I mean, he plays hurt.
And I think Dolan's in the running back spot. He makes the team. I think the Elijah kid is going to be on the practice squad.
True.
Bufanga makes the team, I think, because I think we keep 5 safeties because Tart is an injury-prone guy. And I think we keep 5 DBs, and the 2 rookies, both of them, make the team.
Which
so
is good.
You've got, I think if you spend the 3rd round, like you said, Avery's going to stay. I think the more, whatever his name is, Lamore, is going to make it.
Yeah.
And as a backup corner for Mosley, and then you have the other guy backing up Verrett, and then Mosley can move to the slot if K1 gets hurt. So,
were you satisfied with that last
that's
year?
always a possibility.
He had a hammy pull, but I don't. I like him on the end. I don't edge. I really like him on the inside or at the slot. There's a lot of decisions that have to be made in that position. I don't know that I saw him make those. He wasn't awful, but he's no K'Wan Williams.
No. But you know what? I think all these guys on 1-year contract, you're going to see miraculously they don't get injured this year.
I know, right?
They're playing for a contract.
You got to be really careful when you're on a 1-year deal. Hey, touch upon the quarterback situation. Is Josh Rosen going to be on a team? Is it going to be Sudfeld? Who's going to be that third
It's between
guy?
the 2. Whoever wins out that 3rd spot, but Kyle likes to keep 3 quarterbacks on the roster, and I think he will.
Because as I keep telling people, it's hard to learn Kyle's system, and to begin with. And I'm not bringing in any fresh body. As Kyle's like, I'm not bringing any fresh body to be. He's useless. I can't. Yeah. He doesn't know a thing about what we're doing.
I think Rosen has a slight advantage because he was on the team last year.
That's true.
And also, he's got a lot of NFL starts under his belt with Arizona and then Miami. So
he should.
Yeah, I think Rosen could be the guy that wins out eventually, but I don't think he's going to see much time.
Yeah. Sudfeld, though, was working with one of our coaches in Philadelphia. Who was in Philadelphia with the 49ers now?
I have no idea.
One of the coaches suggested Sudfeld. That's the only reason why he's with us.
Is it that quarterback coach? Starts with an S, I think so.
Where was Scangarello last year? Was he in?
Scangarello.
Was he with the?
He was in Denver for a while, but I don't know if he was in Philly before that. And that's
maybe it may be him. It must be him. Anyway, I think he's the one who brought.
He would be the only one that had enough pull to kind of get that done. So, I don't know. But anyway,
good stuff.
That's the way I feel.
Yeah.
So
I like it.
I think we keep 4 running backs and then Juice like we always do.
Yeah.
But I think the Elijah kid's going to be on the practice squad.
And because we need to keep as many guys in storage as possible. Because in week 17, we'll be down to 2 guys.
Exactly. But hopefully we don't need them this year.
I
wish. Anyway. All right, Ronbo, I'll let you go. You got a lot of people.
See you tomorrow, Phil. Have a great night.
Okay, talk to you later. Bye.
See, it feels right, man. We actually have to put running backs in storage. We're not going to get 16 weeks with the running backs we start with. No, there's no way. You could actually take that to the bank and win huge money if you could find a sucker that says, nah, the 49ers will survive the whole year with this starting quarter running backs. No, we won't. It just doesn't happen. Those guys take a brutal beating somehow. Or I don't know what it is. But more of the 49ers' bad luck. And there's a lot going on right now about studying about why the 49ers. Grant Cohn did a thing. We have led the league for the last 8 years, 8 to 10 years. We do this every year. We get wiped out. What is it? Hey, Rick.
What's going on? What's going on, Ronbo?
Hey, Rick, happy Mother's Day, man. And we're looking down through the roster and checking out guys' jobs may be in jeopardy. And, I listed a few names like Wayne Gallman, the running back, Marcel Harris, and Body Calhoun. Body Calhoun, he's the guy they were trying to keep hidden. So Body Calhoun may have more to offer because the 49ers didn't want to expose him too much because I think this is the guy. And, because Pete Carroll and vultures would like to pick up off our roster would have came and got him, right? So, Justin School, what are you thinking?
Who's a guy that we just drafted, the guard from Notre Dame?
Banks.
I think he's coming to start. Banks, yeah. Aaron Banks. I think he's going to start. I know he's bigger than what Kyle typically drafts as far as for the zone scheme or whatever. True. But
that means
I like him.
Can move.
Yeah, I like him. And I think he's a better pass protector than like even back in the day, like Mike Iupati or whatever. I like him, but the guy I'm really excited about is Trey Sermon. And the thing about it is because I like that I like his balance. I don't think he's the fastest, but I like but I think if I was going to rank, I'll probably put Trey Sermon first, Mostert, then Jeff Wilson Jr. Because the thing about it is, we know throughout the season they stay hurt, and I think that's why we've been constantly going for different running backs because it seems like somebody's always getting hurt.
Always.
Like we were all excited about Jeff Wilson Jr. Then he got hurt, and I'm not sure if any of them are pretty much. I'm almost feel like maybe they're just more specialty backs are good in certain situations, but they can't. But we don't have the bell cow, and hopefully now Trey Sermon can be that bell cow for us, and Mostert can be the change of pace.
Rick, a question on that though. Do you think Kyle? This is his concept. Kyle's got revolving running backs. There's a reason for that. I don't know that he's looking for a bell cow. I think he tried.
Go back.
I think he tried with Carlos Hyde, and Carlos failed that experiment.
Yeah.
Terribly.
Right. I would say that. But I would say if you go back and look at his Atlanta days when he had Coleman and I forgot that other running back.
Devontae.
The man what's his name?
Devontae Freeman?
Yeah, the Devontae Freeman. Freeman was the bell cow. And Coleman was the change of pace guy.
Yeah.
And and Freeman did pretty good, like 1,200-1,300 yards, whatever.
He led the league, I think, that year.
Yeah, right. He doesn't have. We don't have that. I think we may have that guy now in Trey Sermon. But before then, you have Mostert, Breida. They're all fast-paced guys. They got 21 yards, 21 miles per hour, or whatever, clocking it fast, but they would get hurt. And so you had to have a plethora of backs, but we still need kind of the main bell cow type of guy. Look, somebody that's going ground and pound, especially at the end of the games and whatever, and there's somebody else come in and, change the pace, like I said, with Mostert this year, because I think we wanted Mostert to see if he can be the main guy, but he just can't. For whatever reason, there's nothing against him, but the same thing is, while we're looking at running backs, in a minute, I'm gonna be looking at my dude George Kittle, because this is the last 2 years. 2 years, bro.
3 years.
Last 2 years. Over 3 years, Yeah, I understand, but man, I think you're a beast. I think you're top two, tight in the league. But dude, man, we need you on the field because he unlocks so much. Because he's not only he's a great tight end as far as pass catching, but he's a great run blocker as well.
Mm-hmm.
And so we need him. But I think this year would go back to the first thing with Aaron Banks because he's a monster, man. And I think he'll help out. He'll help out McGlinchey more this year because McGlinchey. Our issue with McGlinchey is not his run blocking; it's his pass protection.
Mm-hmm.
That's his thing. When it comes to run blocking, then I see more this year. I can just get back to being roll graders, just dominating at the line of scrimmage. Maybe some play action off it, whatever the case may be. But I think we're going to really become more run heavy this year. And if we want to take a shot or two, that's going to be off our play action. But I see for sure, I think Trey Sermon's definitely going to get an opportunity to come in there and shine. And Aaron Banks, I think you can kind of pencil him in, put him in ink that he's going to be the starter at right guard.
Mm-hmm. You know, it'd be nice to see, and we picked up Charlie Warner because he has the ability to really block.
Right.
They didn't give me any shots last year. And, you know, Charlie Warner is a converted wide receiver. There is potential there. I'm not sure why Shanahan overworks George Kittle. There are plays where he could have Warner in there because Kittle could be tired sometimes when he gets hurt. Put Warner in on those blocking situations sometimes. He's good at it. Let him do it. You got Juice out there to help him out. It's Kittle's start. Juice.
The only thing is, the thing is, Ronbo, you don't want to be predictable because it's almost a tip of your hand. Like they'll say, okay, if Warner's in there, they're about to run the ball. If
that's true.
Kittle, because he's good, you don't know if he's gonna it's gonna be a passing play or is it gonna be a running play. And
Warner
so
has
we
that
need
ability.
Kittle.
I want to see it. Maybe we'll see it in preseason. Warner, as I said, he's a converted wide receiver. Let him throw the ball to him, Kyle. See, that's
we'll know. We'll see.
Yeah.
I'm just I'm excited about the season. I think we're gonna be bully ball this year.
Yeah.
I'm calling it right now. I think we're gonna be bully ball. So we're zagging when everybody else is digging right now. So everybody knows the passing league, but we're about to get back to what made us great in 2019. We're about to run the ball down everybody's throat. It doesn't matter if you like it or not. Guess what? Come get it. Here we come. Here we come.
Good stuff, Rick. I tell you what, I'll be back tomorrow for Monday Night Raw.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, fam.
Yes, sir. All right, man.
Have a good night, Rick. Yeah. I got to go find out. You know what? I won't spend a lot of time on it tonight, but if I find out that the Rams are ranked above it, I don't look at power rankings because it's May. What am I looking at power rankings for? People like, oh, here he is. Just as I speak, people like Rudy take those power rankings seriously. The Rams are not better than the 49ers. Let me see what Rudy's saying here. Here's a new name. Every week we got to go through a new name with Rudy. Shanahan has been a bust. Prove me wrong. That's Rudy, right? Shanahan has been a bust. Prove me wrong. The LOL, right? Rudy, thank you for the contribution. Niners' oldest team in NFC. Unfortunately, by the time Trey is ready, players like Ayuk, Debo, Bosa, T. Williams will be gone. And his future is screwed. Hey, Jamie.
What's going on, Ronbo?
Jamie, I'm just looking at the guys that got to play their butts off this year to maintain position on this team due to the draft. And some of these kids that are coming in, tell you. And I picked on School. Jamie, am I wrong about School? Is he in trouble or not?
Yeah, no, I don't think he's gonna make the team.
Yeah.
Not the way he played. He's had more than 1 year's chances, and he was awful both times.
You know though, they don't. It could be Coleman. I didn't really think about Coleman being. If you had to pick between Coleman and School, I'm not sure what you'd do. Now that Phil pointed that out.
I don't know anything about that. All I know is from what I hear from Shanahan, he seems to like Coleman.
Yeah, I know, right? It does seem that way, doesn't it? I think Shanny knew him back in Cleveland, I guess. Did he? I guess.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no idea who Coleman even is.
And you got cornerbacks. When you look at Buddy Calhoun, I think he's the guy they were trying to hide last year. That's the guy I've been talking about. B-O, 2 D's and a Y, Calhoun. Uh, he's a vet. He's got to be paid. Why would I keep him if I got Embry and Demador Lenore? And both those guys play in the slot.
Yeah, Calhoun, did he make the field last year? We had him last year, right?
He got a few snaps. They kept him in there on 8. That's why I said that the 49ers, it was rumored they were trying to hide this guy. So it was 18 snaps. That's all he got. And those were all on special teams.
Oh. And he's a seasoned veteran?
I guess they call him that. I guess he's got 2 or 3 seasons in or something like that. So that would be an advantage, though, right?
Yeah. Yeah, if he's a vet and they've already been playing him, but he didn't get any snaps in his position, so I don't know
what they're doing with that.
You know, unless he was balling out on special teams, which nobody was doing that.
Ain't that the truth? I'm hoping Hufanga and some of these other guys that are really hungry come in and make a statement. And we got a new gunner, that speedy running back. So, you know, I don't know how hard he hits, though.
Did you see my tweets about Hufanga?
No, not yet.
Man,
did you put it today?
Oh, I was. Yeah,
unless I've been reading the last few days.
The day before.
Yeah,
Dude, as soon as I started looking that kid up and actually going into the way he plays and whatnot, that dude bats balls down. Yeah. He gets INTs.
Yeah.
He is a missile.
Yeah.
He can cover anybody. He's just freaking insane. Yeah. He does everything.
Look who he's been working out with, you know.
That's what I'm
so
saying.
Palomalu. Therefore, he's already got some beast in him.
That's what I'm saying. This dude's going to be good for us. What round did we get that kid?
Fifth round. That's what we call him, 5th round, the magic round for the 49ers these days. God, how in the world did he last in the 5th? They say he gets injured, and I guess that was a concern for a few people. But you know what? We'll see.
One of his injuries was a shoulder blade, right?
I know he has a shoulder injury. Was that it?
Yeah, I think it was shoulder blade. I don't think that's a problem. I think that probably healed up normal. I think he had a pec muscle, didn't he?
Maybe. I haven't checked out all his injuries. Yeah. You seem to know them though. Yeah. Pec, shoulder. What else? Yeah. Legs? Any leg injuries?
I don't know. No, nothing below the belt. There was something else above. Concussion. He had concussions.
Oh, yeah. Guys like that
concussion, a bad one.
Yeah, guys like that are going to get concussions because it's every shot is hardcore. They don't play at half speed. It's always full speed.
Well, I don't see any of those injuries as anything that's going to hinder him from being a boss player for us.
Yeah, he's still going to come in at 100 miles an hour. You can tell that's just in his DNA.
Yeah, exactly. I think he's going to earn a spot. I think Tart's in trouble next year.
Yeah. Well, Tart's going to get in trouble anyway. You talk about a guy, people pick on Jimmy. Jimmy's not the worst guy on the team about that. Tart is. Every year he leaves early, and not just for a while. Tart takes himself out for the entire season. The first time he gets through the whole season was in 2019. You know, Jamie, that's the funny thing about our team. All the guys, Jimmy made it for the first time. All our guys that get hurt made it through the year in 2019. We won the Super. We came to Super Bowl. We should have won, but we made it all the way to the end. Isn't that amazing?
Well, you know what? That season we started out 8-0, so everybody was like, "Oh man, we can't lose." So I'm not going to go out hurt. Are you going to go out hurt? Nope, I'm not going out hurt.
See, and maybe you do play with an edge of caution, which is really tough in football.
Yeah,
but the mindset may
not
change.
only caution, but even if you are hurt, you're not going to go out and sit with a toe injury when you're 8-0.
Yeah, that makes a difference.
That's not going to happen. I want to be on the field and because we're winning. Like I might sit out part of the game if we got it won, but
suck it up. Let's go. You know, that's a good point. I'll bet you're onto something there, Jamie, because after Nick went down, I think a lot of guys gave up. Nick is the heart and soul of that defense. The youngster was on the field as a rook, but people still looked at him as Nick. If Nick's busy, it makes all of our lives easier.
Yeah, and he goes every play. So, that probably took a lot out of him because the leading motor on the line was gone.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Yeah.
he says he's
You
going to
can
be.
you can really tell when we lost our second motor on the line, though. That
Yeah.
really hurt us. I will never understand that.
Yeah, well, he's back now. Let's see if we can keep him upright because Nick's not him and Hufanga, man. When you got animals like Hufanga and Nick on the field,
Yeah.
Fred Warner, there's always every snap is scary because these guys are not clowning around.
Yeah.
Every snap they go berserk, so that's why you
Yeah.
got to be scared.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I've seen him jump up multiple times like a lineman and knock balls down. Like
Yeah.
this dude will not allow you to make a play over him, around him, or anything like that.
I've seen his highlights.
You
He's a
get
bad
nothing.
dude.
Yeah.
Jamie, we're gonna go. Let's see tomorrow night on Raw. Looking forward to something
All right.
happening. It's Monday. There's no telling what kind of news we're gonna get. All right.
All right. Cool.
right,
All
Fred.
right. Bye.
Talk to you later. Oh God! Let me read it first. I see the name Big Show, but it could be that other guy. Okay, maybe. And he says right at the bottom, the real Big Show. Well, it's a big show. The show says, with the additions of Sermon, Mitchell, Gallman, Wilson Jr. Wilson Jr. could be man out, given he's on a 1-year deal. Oh, show. No. Now Wilson Jr., I get really pumped up watching him play. We're going to put some guys on the practice squad, though, show. 1 or 2. I think Kyle's going to keep all of them when I think about it. Gallman Jr. maybe, wow, we're going to see. Sermon's got to be on the field, though. You don't use, for a running back 3rd-round pick, yeah, he's going to get some time. 49ers got plans for him already. Hey, Sharon, look at this. It's Sharon. I've done the Sharon in forever. It's Sharon. Come on in, Sharon.
Hi, Ronbo. How are you?
Oh, fabulous. And how's Mom since it's Mother's Day?
Oh, she's good. She's good.
All right. Because, Mom was like making predictions last season and everything else. So, hey, Sharon, I'm looking at guys that are in trouble since the draft. Wayne Gallman has got to be the most intriguing guy. We just signed him recently, and he was no slouch. He got 600 yards after Saquon Barkley went down to New York. And all of a sudden, you look at the roster, the 49ers drafted 2 more running backs. That's kind of crazy. Marcel Harris. If you got to go against Hufanga, do you sleep at night between now and in camp? I mean, if I'm Marcel, oh my God, what am I going to do with him? And then Josh Rosen trying to get a spot. Poor Josh, he's getting ready to go to his 4th to 15, possibly. And School, who really, I'm not sure about him versus Sean Coleman. Sharon, what are your thoughts on this?
I think we keep School. Sean Coleman's gone. I believe Rosen is gone too. And I think Tart stays.
Tart. Tart was never on. Tart was probably never on the bubble. So Marcel Harris is the guy that probably would struggle to stay with these
Yeah,
guys.
I think he's out. I think he's man out.
Yeah, because Tart. It's so funny you mentioned that
I
though.
think he's about to go to the Seahawks.
Yeah. What's so funny though,
Chickens.
Sharon? This could be something. You may have brought up something too that could be a thing in the future. What if Hufanga comes in and looks so awesome that he starts ahead of Kwaski? Oh, he starts ahead of Kwaski T. You know what though?
I don't think. I don't know. It could work both ways, but I think he might get more playing time than Tart, though, and I think Tart might be out of a position because he seems like he's going to be pretty good. So I can't wait to see.
Timor's in that mix too. Timor can play both strong safety and free safety. I don't remember Tavon Wilson. Who is Tavon?
I don't remember him either. Who is he?
Tavon Wilson.
Who's that kid?
I can't wait. I see him listed here as the guy that's probably going to be in the mix. I don't know who he is. Fam, who's
Right.
Tavon Wilson in the chat? If you got to ask who he is, Sharon, how good is he?
And another thing I wanted to say to Rudy out there, we always own the Rams every year, Rudy. So you need to just chill there.
Jesus, Rudy.
We own the
always
Rams
coming.
every year.
I mean, with nonstop. This goes back years.
And the media needs to quit swarming the rules and staring at the fans about are the Niners releasing Raheem. They're not releasing Raheem.
Oh, they got to do this. We're the targets, Sharon.
Yeah, every off season. This is why I hate off season every year.
I don't know. That should be a Hollywood thing. Why don't you pick on the Rams? They're in L.A. We're northern NoCal. We don't do this. We're
No,
real.
they always got to pick on the Niners. They always got to pick on us because they know that we're better than anybody else. So therefore, they want to pick on us.
You heard about them picking the Rams to finish in front of us. I don't understand. Where did they get that from, Stafford?
Yes, I heard that. I think that's a bunch of crap.
I think that's going to be let me holler at you. I think we're going to do that tomorrow night. Let's tonight. How the Rams going to be finished in front of what?
I don't think so. I'm not seeing it. No.
It's so funny, though. They do finish competitive.
The Rams struggled every year against us, so how in the hell are they going to be better than us?
It's tradition to kick their butt. Rams, we're coming to get you. They don't have an offensive line.
We're coming for you, Rudy.
Especially Rudy. God. It's embarrassing for us, Jerome. We cannot lose.
Yes, it is.
To the Rams. It's an embarrassment. So, don't do that, Niners.
I don't see us losing to the Rams. I think everybody's going to try to stay healthy this year. I think that's the main goal if we want to get back to the Super Bowl. I think everybody's going to try to stay healthy this year. Hopefully nobody gets hurt or goes down. So.
Now Joseph Smiley's back with Smileyisms. He says no one can guard DK. Jerome, I like the fact that the bad thing about it is we don't have a long guy. Last year, remember, he's over on their team now. Spoon disrupted what DK was selling.
Right. Yeah.
I need a big guy. Embry may be big enough. I'm not sure if he has the speed.
And
he is a
another
rookie.
thing the media was talking about was Trey Lance starting the game. I don't think that's going to happen because he's still got to load the system from Kyle. It's going to take a minute.
Yeah, he's going to be good, but I think he hasn't seen anything
Yeah,
like.
he's definitely going to be good.
Yeah,
I
but he
can't
hasn't
wait
seen
to
anything
see
like
him
the
in the game
NFL.
or two, but yeah.
Yeah, let's see
Right.
what he looks like. So we'll find out more about that. But in the meantime, on that subject, how about is Rosen going to beat out Sudfeld?
I have a feeling we're going to see Rosen, yeah.
All right, good. Josh, look at that. You may be okay, Josh. Sudfeld's getting paid more money than
Yeah, I
Josh
think so.
right now, even. I don't know why they paid him more, but yeah. We'll find out.
Who knows? But I think we'll see Rosen, yeah.
Yeah, poor guy. I feel sorry for him. He just came in with the Cardinals was a bad situation. Then they tried to force feed him in with the Dolphins. That didn't work out. Then he went over. It was on the last guy in Tampa Bay.
Why is everybody changing their numbers this year?
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't looked into that because I was just not interested in why they were changing their numbers. I'm going to look into that later. I don't know. Somebody's wearing 11. Is that Mosley?
That's
11
Mosley is number 11, I think. And I forgot. Tart went from 29 to number 26. And I forgot who was number 4 because I just saw it in the media. I was like, why are they changing their numbers?
Those numbers
That's
were
going to confuse everybody else.
Those numbers were meant to designate your position to some degree. If you're 11, you're usually a wide receiver. If you're number 4, you're probably a QB.
Right.
I don't know what.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, Denise, Sharon, I'm sorry. We're going to run out of time, Sharon. Let's see the run out of Ross since you're back. Yeah.
All righty.
All right. Night, Sharon.
Good night. Bye.
And 49ers Ultimate Report, otherwise known as John says, can't call it today, celebrating Mama's Day. The QB position will have cuts happening. Rosen and Johnson could be cut. I think Johnson's already cut. Running back position also could have cuts, because the fact is you could actually use our newly drafted quarterback to do what Rosen was doing. If Rosen was out there training the defense on how to deal with mobile quarterbacks, we got one now. 49ers also Rams are trash. Sorry, Rudy. Thanks, John. See you tomorrow night. Say hello to your as Mark Wahlberg would say hello to your mother for me. Hey, Steven. Steven. Oh, God. Hey, Naj. Guys, don't let Smiley get away with some of those things he said.
Ronbo.
Naj, come on. Wait, got the wrong name. Steven.
Ronbo.
Steven, I'm right here. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Oh, man. My bad. Sorry about that, Ronbo. I thought I heard you call me.
Yeah, no,
for sure.
I was looking for you just a minute ago, yeah. I thought you weren't able. But, yeah. Steven, come on in, man. Happy Mama's Day.
Happy Mother's Day, Ronbo.
Thank you. So we're looking about the guys that are looking down the barrel of a shotgun, especially when you think about Talanoa Hufanga, Marcel Harris, and actually everybody that's calling themselves strong safety could be in trouble. Then you look at Wayne Gallman. We picked up a lot of running backs in third-round pick. Sherman, that's serious. And Demador Lenore, Body Calhoun we picked up last year. I don't know, maybe we keep both of those guys and let Dante Johnson go. If I had my way, that's what it would be. Or Dante, put him back on speed dial. We call Dante Johnson every year, though. Steven, we have two positions. Safety, I'm saying safety, cornerback, corner, safety, and running back. Those are the positions where we just stash people because we're going to run out of them before we get to week 9 or 10. Who's in trouble, Steven? Look at school as well.
Oh, yeah, School. I think he might be in trouble. I don't know, because ever since we got what's his name? The dude from Mexico, Alejandro. No, not Alejandro.
Oh,
what's his name?
The big offensive guy, lineman. He's not. The rule says he's going to be on the roster, but he's not going to take up a roster spot per league ruling. This is a program they're putting in. They're applying now to get more foreign players into play NFL. So he's not going to take up a roster spot, and there's another place it doesn't affect the cap. So he's just there as part of a program that they're initiating in the NFL. So he won't count against it. And I don't think he's eligible to play next year.
Okay, because I was like, I don't know how he'll translate in American NFL.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I really want him there.
I do too.
Because that'd be really cool. You know, it'd be such a cool integrated thing that the NFL is turning a new leaf over.
Yep.
But one thing I do gotta say though is I can see Dante Johnson getting cut. I can see him getting cut, and I can see Marcel Harris for sure.
Yeah.
Because, and I'll say this, because Hufanga, if it's true that he's been training with Troy Polamalu, and he's picked up a lot of Polamalu's play style, which looks good on the college tape, we might have someone who outshines both Kwaski T and Marcel Harris. And Marcel Harris is the low-hanging fruit if you really think about it, because he doesn't really do that well. He barely scrapes by. Kwaski T does the same thing, but he has a little bit more meat on his plate. But another person too I want to say is I don't know. I feel like Josh Rosen might stay over what's his name? Feldman? I can't.
Sudfeld. Sudfeld,
yeah. And I'll say it because he studied Al Shadag's playbook just a little bit more earlier than
he's had a few reps too.
Yeah, so he knows a little bit more about Kyle Shanahan's play style than Sudfeld does. Now, as for our running backs, man, it breaks my heart. It really does. But I definitely foresee Jermichael Hasty probably getting cut. Only because he's only played maybe 2 or 3 snaps.
I forgot all about him.
Even though he does really good, it's just, you're fighting an uphill battle against Mostert, Jeff Wilson, and no, is it Jeff Wilson or Richie James?
No, Jeff Wilson Jr., right? You're right.
Yeah, Jeff Wilson Jr. and what was it? Elijah Mitchell and oh
Trey
my God,
Sermon.
we picked up so many running backs.
I know, right?
Yeah,
That's
Trey
why.
Sermon.
Yeah, the Wayne Gallman's in that mix for now.
Oh yeah, him too.
Yeah.
So he might be on the chopping block. In all honesty, I could see Gallman on there too. But if anything, if I'm going to go ahead and rank between JaMychal Hasty and Gallman, I'd probably say Gallman would be the first one out. And then
and because of his, you got to pay him. And if you got a lot of talented kids, why do I need to pay Gallman, right? So, especially at running back position.
It's a tough call, Ronbo. For sure, though, I don't know if Weston Richburg is cut yet. I don't know if he did out because I know he took that pay cut.
I mean,
so,
I forgot. Steve, you bring about. I forgot about Weston Richburg. Man, Richburg's probably laying in a ball somewhere, wrapped up in duct tape. I don't. You know what? I think Richburg should really retire. I thought he did. Didn't he retire? No, maybe not.
I thought he did.
I thought
he did. I might have heard something about it, but I don't know if it was true or not, or my mind's playing tricks on me. But I can definitely foresee Western Richburg getting cut, and then Justin Scully get cut. Out of those two, you know, I can kind of see them being the lowest hanging fruit and getting on the chopping block.
Yeah, School. Because we got a lot of guys who can play inside and outside. And that's the thing with the 49ers. They seem to be getting guys, offensive linemen, that are kind of versatile in case we need them to do that. So, yeah, School, we got a lot of guys who can do what he does, and he doesn't do what he does very well, not at the NFL level, which is surprising. Steven, he came out of the SEC and allowed his quarterback to go down one time, and that was to Josh Allen.
Yeah.
And, there's a lot of beasts in the SEC. And all he does, and he came to the NFL, and that's what I worry about with some players coming to college. Oh, this guy's going to be the beast. He's going to be this and that. Comes to the NFL. Oh no, this is not his game. Okay.
That's a lot. That's another reason why I'm worried too, because you know, we heard a lot about Trey Sermon, but we didn't hear a lot about Elijah Mitchell. Elijah Mitchell was like our last pick, and I don't know if that our running back room, man. We could use them. We could use all of them going, considering that, you know, our running backs get beat half to death.
Yeah, don't throw any away
during each game, but we can only keep so many.
Yeah, well, you can put some on the practice squad. You know what? Even if you have to get rid of somebody else, we run out of them every year, Steven. Steve, we're going to run out of time, too. Hey, I'll see you tomorrow on Raw, okay?
All right, I'll see you tomorrow on Raw, Ronbo. You take care, all right?
You too, fam. Night.
Bye.
And Eduardo de Dios. Mosley is changing to number 4. Beretta's to number 2. Yeah, why are these guys taking QB numbers? It's not going to confuse the offense of the other team. Hey! Oh! Yeah, it could. Yes, it could. And I think that's why in the first place the league actually had numbers situated the way they did. Because if I'm wearing the same number, and let's say if we play a team that's wearing red, that could be a real problem. I'm surprised they allowed that, actually. And by the way, Josh Mangle, I read about this the other week. I forgot about it. Happy birthday to Big Trey Lance. He's on a 21. Get it with a gun. Let's go back to see. Hey, Naj.
Ronbo.
Yeah. Naj, is that you? Naj, come on in, man. You sound like wide awake. Normally, Naj sounds like you're taking a nap and just woke up. Because I know how hard you work.
Oh,
Naj.
yeah, I have.
That student is getting nothing.
That's why I ain't been on for that third shift. I ain't gonna lie.
I believe you. Working hard, huh? Good for you. It'll reap dividends soon. Naj, man, I'm looking at the dudes that got to go, man. I mean, I feel sorry for Marcel Harris. And also, Gallman Jr., if Sermon is as good as it looks like he might be, Justin School.
Oh, dude, Sermon gonna be the real deal.
See? Some of these guys.
The real deal.
Yeah. And then you look at Demador. So that means, Marcel Harris. Hey, Notch, of all these guys, I see Marcel Harris. Man, dude must be working out like a beast right now and working on some things. There's nothing he can do. He can't be Hufanga. I would. Oh, I'd
But
hate to be him. He probably thinks he can, though. He's got to think that way. Go ahead.
yeah. But to me, I like Hufanga, but he just look. I don't know. From what I see in his highlights, he looks slow. He just look like he'd be at the right spots with them tackles, but he
You
don't
think?
look like he can. Yeah, to me, I don't know. I
All right.
might gotta look at it again. I was like, he don't look that fast.
Well, you know, he didn't go to the 5th round, and people passed on him. I really don't watch SC football or college football that much anyway, except for the teams that are in the playoffs. I mean, national rankings and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But yeah, Hufanga, his tape says he's just ridiculous, though, as far as making plays. You do think he's a little slow of foot. I'm not checking his 40 speed. I haven't checked that out. That would give him a problem in coverage
Yeah,
if
I
he's that
haven't
slow.
either. I really didn't know him until we drafted him, to be honest. But I was looking. I was like, yeah, he there. He making the plays, but he just looks slow. He don't look like he got that burst.
Okay.
Like, I like speed. He don't look like he
Yeah,
got
you and me
it.
both.
Like Tavarius, you can tell Tavarius got that speed.
Oh, yeah. And Tavares,
Marcel,
he's not in the conversation for people leaving. Marcel, though, not sure if Marcel's been hanging on every year. He's got a lot of experience in this defense. So, Naj, I could be underrating Marcel. He may do a little better than people think. Hofanga's going to play on special teams to start the season anyway.
oh yeah. I think he gonna still make the team, but I'm saying don't count Marcel out.
All right.
I still got hope for him. Yeah.
Well, he's been around a long time. He deserves more than a little respect. So, you know. And Wayne Gallman Jr., hey, Naj, we just brought in Wayne Gallman Jr. We can tell him good night. His sermon, we got too
I
many
was
running
happy
backs.
for the pickup, but he gone.
Yeah.
he gone. I was happy for the pickup when we got him, but seeing that we got Trey Sermon, it's case for him. He got
Mitchell
to go.
and all that speed.
Mitchell. He quick too. He might be like a breeder that don't fumble.
Hey, you know what?
So
No,
he
Hufanga, he ran a 4.61. For safety, I guess that's not bad. He did that at USC.
He ran a
Pro Day.
Okay.
And then, you know what's so funny, though? The article here says, which is on the slower end of the safeties available in this year's class, Hufanga was also a ball hawk for the Trojans. You see, he's got that Richard Sherman DNA running through him, I guess, you know? Because Sherman can't run, but don't throw the ball out there because he already knows where it's going.
Yeah, he was in all the right spots. Yeah, he got an eye for the ball and had to break it up and stuff. Yeah, that might you right though, because we do play that safety in the box. He might be straight.
Yeah, because he'll beat you up if you come running through there with the ball and you don't see him.
Oh yeah, our run defense is gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
if they make it past him on Warner and Dre, if they get to him, it's over.
Yeah, he's an assassin. I like that kind of player. Kwaski came in looking like that though. Notch, do you remember the film on Kwaski?
I love Kwaski.
Yeah,
he
was a hammer.
I love Kwaski. Yeah, I still do though. He just need to stay healthy. That turf toe. I saw he had an interview with some dude on Instagram. He was just basically like people saying he giving up on the season. He was basically like, man, injuries just happen. It's nothing I can control. I ain't giving up. I understand him on that because ain't nothing you can do. If you get hurt in football, you get hurt in football.
Mm-hmm. And you know, turf toe is what took Willis out. I mean, I don't know. I've never had turf toe, but it must be really, really uncomfortable. Because I mean, usually a football player, everything in football, tape it up. Let's go. You know, and they literally mean that. You just tape it up and go. I've taped up fingers. I don't remember doing through toes because the feet, man. If the feet ain't working, it's over. You can do a lot of.
You can't plant. You can move. Yeah, we don't need that feet, but it's just the chemistry between Jimmy and Kwaski I like on the team. I still think he's dope. He can stay. I don't know about giving him a contract next year, but this year he got a 1-year deal. We can go ahead and let's run it up.
He's on trial.
Increase that trade for Buffalo because he going to the Super Bowl. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's about staying on the field. Kwaski's got to manage. Well, he stayed on the field in 2019. You notice? Hey, Jamie made a good point. You know what? You don't get hurt when you're winning. Did you notice that in 2019? Dudes, Kwaski was playing part of the season. They said hurt. in 2019. See, Quaskins, man, we ain't winning no games. I'm going to sit down, man. Oh, you got to be like, you said
Same with
Quaskins.
Jimmy. Jimmy could have played.
Yeah, but
Could've
2019, he did play. May have been hurt. Last year, I don't know what that was about. But Notch, we out of time. Notch, let's see tomorrow night on Raw. We're gonna put you on a priority list. Get Notch before he falls asleep. Notch!
All right, guys.
All right, man.
All right. Appreciate it.
See you tomorrow. Night, Notch. And, hey, Charles. Charles, come on.
What's going on, Ronbo?
Charles, man, we're making like way too early making cuts and disrespecting people, because School and Marcel Harris may come in there and dominate during preseason. See, those are the guys, because you look at School's body of work and you say, Banks and these other guys that we just got in can do what he does. We got enough players who can play inside, outside. So if you're going to get rid of somebody, it's probably going to be School. Nobody's talking about Sean Coleman, though. I don't know if Coleman is going to be able to beat out. Maybe School beats him out. I don't know. But the intriguing spots are Wayne Coleman Jr. Is he going to be able to make this team with Trey Sermon just getting drafted in? And also the body Calhoun. Is he going to Demador? Is he going to make the team? And Josh Rosen versus Sudfeld. So we're going to find out. But what do you think about these positions? Who's in trouble?
Well, I remember seeing Coleman play last year before he
Oh yeah, he was COVID last year.
He played when he got hurt. He played in the preseason. Remember?
Oh, that's right. That's how he got hurt. Yeah.
Preseason before whenever, because he went out with the ACL. Remember?
Right.
And so last year he skipped because of COVID, but when he played beforehand, he was second or third string. He really wasn't all that good,
Mm-hmm.
In college he was really good, but in the pros he junked, man. So I don't think he's gonna make it.
Junk.
Yeah, he's hot garbage.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just remember seeing him play. I was looking at his tape. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I was looking at him play specifically because I was trying to figure out, what was the hype about him.
Yeah.
And he had a lot of hype when we signed him.
True.
They were already picking him to be the backup left tackle.
Yeah.
And the backup left tackle is a very serious position. So I was,
Damn
seeing how effective he was doing pass protection. He wasn't all that good.
Did you read the end of that article? Because we may have read the same article. Coleman has never actually been good. He's a survivor, cancer survivor, and I think he gets a lot of attention for that. But and battling his way back and being able to say a cancer survivor, but his play is maybe overstated.
Yeah, it is. And a lot of these guys that have been on this roster for the past 3 to 4 years, they is overstated. I don't know why. Mike McGlinchey, I have absolutely no clue. He needs to, Lord have mercy. He's the only person on this roster that just whenever I look at Madden, whenever I see people playing Madden, I don't play it, but I have guys at work that play it.
Yeah.
And whenever I see Mike McGlinchey on a video game or videos of last year, I'm like, why in the world? Why is this guy on? Oh my God! Why is he still
Charles,
on the
let
team?
me help you out with that for just a second. Charles, he is one of the premier run blockers in the NFL. You know what? That's the thing that saves Mike. Mike is maybe average when it comes to pass protection, but you want to run behind that mule? Oh, he rode grades. Mike will run. Remember that last year with the Raiders? Mike went all the way to the goal post from the line of scrimmage, leading Mostert down the field. That was crazy. Well, I've never seen it. Joe Staley, you can see him in the back of that picture caption. Way back there in a blur. Mike was still jamming down the field, taking dudes out. He can run block.
I've seen all that. but the pass protect, oh,
Yeah.
numbers.
Yeah.
That
Don't
man
ask me.
right there. He's
Yeah, don't
got
ask
two
me.
left feet.
Yeah.
And he had two left feet in college. When they drafted this man, I was like, why are you drafted? Why in the first like I'm still under the impression, that I don't know if the 49ers get paid for picking certain players from I don't have a clue. I just don't understand why Mike McGlinchey
His
is
mom.
still the right tackle.
His
Because he's
mom
not
paid the
going to get any
49ers.
better. He
Yeah.
has two left feet. So
His footwork's been bothering me for years too. I don't know what Mike's
yeah,
doing. I don't know what the
yeah.
coaches are trying to do. I mean, what are they teaching him? You know, go
So
to ballet
another
classes or
position,
something to learn how to control your body. Mike
yeah,
shifts his weight the wrong way. You can see he's already out of position, and you can see from his initial move, he's going to take himself out of the play. If the defensive end is watching his footwork, he can abuse him on every snap that we're passing the ball. He makes a few plays, though, Charles. That's the thing.
yeah,
We see him mess up, but you only see him mess up 2 or 3 times. Well, that's too many times. So,
yeah, yeah. But another player on our roster that really I really can't wait to see going to camp is Maiden, the safety out of Alabama.
I keep forgetting about him.
Yeah.
He,
I can't wait to
yeah,
see him play, man. I wonder what he's going to look like.
I
You
like
know,
him too.
yeah, I like it. I like him too. So I'm really and the wide receiver that was signed from Arizona. He's
Ayuk,
6'1", 205 pounds.
Brandon
Um,
Ayuk. Do we have another guy?
no, no, no. No. Yeah, we have a new guy that we signed. We signed him on a 1-year deal from
Oh,
Arizona.
UDFA. I gotta go look into those guys. I'm not taking them seriously. I'm gonna have that down tonight. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna check those
Now,
guys
I've
out.
checked him
I
out.
want to see
I've checked him
footage.
out. I've checked his tape out. He's really good. I
Whoa.
forget what his name is, but he's good. He took Kendrick Bourne's place, and he's better than Kendrick. He's much better than Kendrick Bourne. So
Word.
I'm really excited to see him play,
Man, I can't.
and that's probably the reason
Charles,
why they didn't take. Yeah.
you got me all excited. I gotta check that out. Charles, we're out of time
Oh,
now. Let me see tomorrow night on Raw.
okay. All right, Rumble. Love you,
All
Rumble.
right, fam. Appreciate you, Charles. Night, fam.
All right.
Yeah. Whoa. Rated.
Hello?
Charles already got him rated above Kendrick. AJ, get in
Yo,
here.
what's hey,
Didn't have
I think that guy's name is Austin Watkins, I think, or something. How do we know?
Austin
From
Watkins.
the
Because I
from
was
free agent.
just gonna go
Yeah, I
check
think
down
he
through
was
there and see
talking
who's
about
from
him, I think.
Arizona. Yeah.
Yeah.
So should be interesting.
Hey, were you talking about like signing Richard Sherman back?
Yeah,
I think yesterday or something.
I got like that was something we talked about last week, and after hearing some of the testimonies against Rich, I understand that I am. You know what? I'm okay if we don't sign him, and I'll be okay if we do. Listen. The only reason I'm thinking we do Sherman because of what he brings to the locker room to keep those guys fired up. But Sherman's he can't have a calf strain and then leave for the rest of the season. So I don't know. I don't know if he has enough for the tank, though. We play man coverage now because we play a hybrid defense back there now. So I don't know if Sherman can handle that because as long as we stay in zone, I guess he's going to be okay. But otherwise, he becomes a little bit of a liability. So I'm not hardcore for Sherman anymore.
Honestly, like he's past his prime already. He's like what 34 or something.
Like, hell yeah, he's
you
definitely
know,
33.
Did
I
he
don't know what his
like?
birthday is.
Like there's, didn't we not see him? Last year with the Buffalo Bills, like he didn't tackle a guy. I think he got a touchdown or something.
Did Sherman play against the Bills?
Yes, last year, and yeah, he let someone run past him, and he didn't even tackle the guy.
I gotta tell you something,
literally, like
you
got to see that clip or something. I don't even know.
But you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking Sherman knew that he wasn't coming back, even as early or late as that, right, in the season. And Sherman's trying to preserve his body. I got a feeling he's that kind of a guy.
I know.
Sherman's a businessman. He's not going to make that play, and it ain't making any difference. What was our record at that time? We're not going anywhere. So, he's that kind of guy, which is unfortunate, but I think he is.
Yeah, but still, like, you still gotta, do your job and,
Yeah, I agree.
tackle the guy.
I don't
But
think
whatever,
the 49ers are gonna sign
but
him.
I definitely do not want to sign him back.
Yeah,
Let him go to Seahawks.
We got too many young players now that they probably want to groom up anyway. They talk about it. Sherm says it's an option. I don't think the 49ers are entertaining it, actually, because you gotta give them an incentive package. They don't want to spend all that money.
Yeah.
Sherm could come in and say, if he wants to wait for the vet minimum and put like millions of dollars worth of incentive packages, all right, if you can reach that means you helped us out and we'll all benefit. Otherwise, no.
Yeah. So what were you talking about, like, with the
we're looking at some of the guys that
you
are
guys?
not going to make the team this year due to the fact that the draft had guys like you look at Trey Sermon, and immediately you think Gallman Jr. We just signed Wayne Gallman Jr. and Justin School.
Yeah, but
we just picked up Aaron Branks, and we got a bunch of guys: Jalen Moore, Colton McKivitz, and Daniel Brown. All those guys can play the same positions that School can. And the cornerback situation you just mentioned, we got to. Well, yeah, look at the cornerbacks. We got Verrett, you got Mosley, Buddy Coleman, Lenore, Dimador Lamore. It's hard to
Thomas.
see. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well.
So.
Yeah. I mean, Trey Sermon's definitely gonna make it to the squad. Pretty sure he is.
Yeah.
Marshall
Harris.
I don't know about Wayne Gallman though.
Yeah, I know, right? Marcel Harris.
Yeah, I think.
And you got it. Yeah. And you're the Marcel Hufanga. Hufanga just got drafted, right? So if you're Marcel Harris, Hufanga's like known as just an assassin out there, right? Are you going to beat him out if you're Marcel Harris? What do you? Man.
I don't know. But he's gonna play special teams. I'm pretty sure. He said he wanted to be like a number one something. Special teams, I don't even know what he said. So I
remember him saying something about special teams, and we need that kind of guy in special teams. But Hufanga, I wonder if Marcel Harris also plays special teams, can beat him out. If the 49ers, it comes down to Marcel Harris versus Hufanga, what do you think is going to happen with that?
I think they're going to pick Hufanga because, they drafted him, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. That's why.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I'm excited for, Elijah Mitchell. That guy's, what's he called? He weighs 200 pounds and one's a 4'3". Like, that's crazy.
Yeah. That's that's ideal size. And the speed is absurd. Yeah. Give him the ball.
If anything, he's going to replace Raheem Mostert. But, if he goes down.
And he's got pass.
That guy might be a special team guy, too. Yeah, that's true.
I don't understand how he got down. We picked him up late in the game.
Yep. In the sixth round, right? Or was it the fifth? I don't even know. I forgot.
I think so.
It was a sixth, actually, yeah.
It was late, though. Why? I always ask.
I don't know.
Even Hufanga. Hufanga's had injuries. He's 4'6". He's not real fast. But these guys have made names for themselves at the college level. You would think they'd even get drafted a little higher. Hufanga going to the fifth round is amazing. Well, George Kittle going to the fifth round was stupid too, right? What? We're gonna see.
Yep.
AJ,
well, I'm gonna go. Okay.
All right, AJ.
Wait, what were you about to say?
No, I was just saying we're gonna go. You're right.
Okay.
You get a chance. Get on Rick tomorrow for Brawl. Looking for you.
Yeah.
All right, fam.
Sure.
Night.
You have a good one.
Bye. Yeah, you too. Immediately.
Hey, can you come back to me?
We can do that. All right. Because Emilio's running the place down there. He's probably busy. All right. Hey, Renzo.
What's the dealio? Greetings from North Florida.
Ow. Renzo, man, we're talking about guys who, after the draft, suddenly their life has become miserable and stress-filled. And, I went down a list of guys. There's probably more. I probably should have put Sean Coleman on there, too. But I'm looking at Justin School. We got a lot of guys who can remove Justin from the equation. Cornerback Brian Body Calhoun, who we only see a little bit of, but I think the 49ers were trying to hide him last year. He came in for 18 snaps. And but Dimador Lenore says, "Oh, I got to have your job." And then you look at Wayne Gallman Jr. Renzo, this is the most funniest thing. The 49ers signed Wayne Gallman Jr. I thought the 49ers said, okay, we got a threesome. Because we just lost a couple of guys. Coleman, Jet, gone. So we get this guy, okay. And then the 49ers go to the draft and say, we're picking up Trey Sermon. What? Really? Why? So Wayne Gallman Jr. could be in trouble. And Marcel Harris has got to deal with Hufanga. If it comes down to Talanoa and Marcel, I wonder what's going to happen with that. I figure the 49ers are going to keep, because I can figure John Lynch really likes Hufanga because he probably reminds him of himself. And Josh Rosen versus Sudfeld for that third position on the roster as quarterback. Renzo, jump on in there, man.
All right. First of all, I'm happy to be on here with Mrs. Ronbo's baby boy.
Thanks, fam.
Happy Mother's Day to all the Niners faithful mothers.
Happy Mother's Day back at you.
But Wayne Gallman, man, I hope we will stop picking up people that we really don't see ourselves keeping. Like,
I know, right?
Save that money for something else.
Maybe they didn't know what was going to happen in the draft. I don't understand why you pick up Wayne Gallman and you pick up 2 more running backs in the draft. Why'd you do that?
Well, Jermichael Hasty, he got hurt, so he might get the boot.
Yeah.
Because we really didn't see too much of him.
Mm-hmm.
So.
That boy's got some great jump cuts, though.
Yeah. And, he might be gone. Who knows? He might find himself with Seattle. It seems like Seattle loves building their roster off our players.
Right? They sit and wait. Who the 49ers cut? Pick him up. Who is it? I don't know. Just pick him up. What?
Yeah. But yeah, and for the quarterback situation, if they're not a good, legitimate backup, let's just move on. Don't even waste your time.
Man. I tell you,
it's crazy.
Rosen versus Sudfeld, I don't know. That's going to be interesting. People have already put their money on Rosen to beat Sudfeld out. I've not seen much of Sudfeld. I don't know. I think he worked with Rich Gangrel in Philadelphia last year. I think that's where Rich was last year because they threw him out of Denver, right? And I guess he ended up signing on with the Eagles.
And then as the safety, Marcel Harris, hey, this little guy, however you say his name, Hufanga.
I
think John Lynch probably sees himself in that little guy.
I think so. I think a lot of people think so.
Yeah, so hopefully we got somebody back there that can make some turnovers. That's what we need,
He's a ball hawk.
That's what we need.
Quick reflexes. I think that's what his thing is. If you get ready to pass the ball, Hufanga's taking that down. If you come running down, if somehow you escape through the initial line of scrimmage and you got to deal with him, you go get hurt. So
somebody say they call him the missile, the torpedo.
No, Talanoa takes you down. He ain't playing, boy. I like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna love to see that.
That's so much fun.
Man, off season is stressful, man, because everybody be saying this and that, and you anticipating this.
Yeah,
I'm like, man, the little hair I got up here on my head, man, it's starting to leave me with this off season.
Hey, think about if he was Marcel Harris and he got oodles of hair. He's probably gonna be clean by mid-season.
Yeah, because he's on the. I know he was like, man, they just drafted this guy. This guy looks pretty good, man. I might be out the door.
And he's been hanging on anyway. He's been living off of the insurance policy for Kwaski T. Kwaski's going out.
Yeah.
Just when is he going out is the question.
Yeah, and then they were talking about do we trade what's his name, Raheem Mostert. I'm like, Mostert know the playbook. Mostert is productive, so he's not going nowhere. These other people,
I do not pay
them in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And also, too, Ronbo, I want to say, that guy y'all be talking about, Rudy, he's an undercover Niner fan, because I wonder how much time do he spend in the Rams chat room, because he's always here.
And laying out smack. Rudy runs more smack. There's 3 Hawks fans, too, but Rudy's like the prime. Yeah.
Yeah. much hours he has in the 49er chat room, he's a Niner now.
Yeah.
He's a Niner.
Oh, wannabe Niner.
Yeah. But he know how to ruffle the feathers though. He know how to get you riled up though.
Yeah, he gets off on that. And Renzo, do you know that somebody, I don't know which, I got to go find him so I can tweet him up, says he ranks the 49ers behind the Rams for 2021 as far as the power rankings go. And I want to know what quality of paraphernalia is he smoking? I want that. That is just stupid.
He's ranking us because we were hurt. That's why. Because we were hurt.
Oh, last year.
That's why.
Yes. I hate power rankings too early. Why are you doing that?
Yeah. Yes. And it's. I just can't wait for the season.
I can't either. But Renzo, the Chiefs are ranked as number one, and the Bucks beat them. I don't understand. See, these power rankings, that's why I try not to look at them right now. That's why I didn't know when somebody told me the Rams were ranked ahead of the 49ers. What? I don't get it. No computer, if you fed it the right data, would spit that out. That makes no sense to me. Yeah. How the hell are the Chiefs rated against the Bucks? No. They got their butt handed to them. We got a new couple of tight ends. If you're going to go on past performances, you got to rate the Bucks and then the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Anyway. Renzo, it looks like we got to roll. Renzo, let me see the ball. And it's quiet. You must be taking Mother's Day off, huh? All right. Renzo,
yes, they gave us Mother's Day. But I'll be at work tomorrow night, though.
You call anyway because you do, so we don't care. All right.
Yes. Give you the greetings from North Florida.
Right.
Renzo, I can't wait till I can't wait till we play the Jaguars. I'll be at that game. I can't wait.
That's going to be funny.
Yes, right, I will be there. All right, man.
Looking forward. See you tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
And somebody said it's legal. I just want to see. I want to see some information up here. Roll it. Go up. Stop. Where's that? Somebody said. Tommy. Rudy wants the Lambs actually have more than one. No. Somebody said something. Is it legal to run the? Well, of course it's legal. They run the rankings too early every year. Sometimes they do it a year before. Hey, Tony, get in here.
Ronbo. What's
Tony.
up?
Tony, man, Tony, this is just up your department too. Tony and I were sitting on day two, all of Tony's primetime picks. And now that I've looked at some of the teams and some of the picks, now I know exactly what Tony was talking about because I didn't know that much about college players. And Tony, we missed out on a lot of good players according to what
I agree.
grades were given out for some of your picks. And now, Tony, some of the guys we got, it's time to say goodnight. And I know you've already combed through these, probably know more about it than anybody else, actually. So, Tony, does school stay on this team? Does Wayne Gallman survive? Marcel Harris, Josh Rosen versus Sudfeld. Cornerback Tim Harris. Tony, we got him in 2019. We've seen him for 2 or 3 plays? So,
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah. So what are you thinking?
I want to talk about the running backs because that's the most intriguing thing for me. There's 7 guys we have that can make the team. You have Mostert and Wilson from last year. You have Sermon and Mitchell, right? They're the rookies we have. Then you have Hasty, Gallman, and Austin Walter. I think right off the bat, there's going to be 4 guys to make the roster. I don't see them having a 5th guy there. I just don't see it. I think one of those guys will be on the practice squad, if anything, if they don't get sniped by another team. Because we know teams like to poach off practice squads, get guys they want. So, yeah, the way I see it, I think Mostert and Wilson are locks to be on the team. I don't see any way you trade them. I don't know if they have much trade value. Mostert's 29. He's injury prone. 1 year left on his deal. I don't know if a team will want to do that for him. Jeff Wilson is younger, right? He's on a 1-year deal. And to me, you need him on a team. You need to have your speed back and your power back. He's the perfect power back. He has great vision. Yeah. He can just break through holes inside, outside. So I really like him. And then Trey Sermon is the 3rd guy that you have to lock in too, because you don't spend a 3rd-round pick on a guy unless you're the Raiders with Lynn Bowden. You just trade him or just get rid of him. You know what I mean? So for me, that's a lock as well. And he does so much too. Inside the tackles, outside the tackles, great in the passing game. He just, to me, the reason why I didn't go higher, doesn't have the elite speed that you want. He's not going to bust out 60-yard runs like Raheem Mostert does practically every other week. It'll be a super rare thing for him, but I will add, he will have a lot of 5 to 10-yard runs where he makes you miss in the hole. He'll run through you. He'll basically run around you. Whatever he wants to do, he's going to do it. So I really like him in that sense, and he can be a 3-down type back for us when we need him to be. So those are my 3 guys that I would lock there. Now that 4th spot, you have Wayne Gallman, who's been a very productive back in the NFL. With the Giants, too, they really don't have much on the O-line to brag about. So to be that productive with them is impressive, right? Then you have JaMychal Hasty, who I liked him at first, but the more I think about it, he couldn't hold on to the football, doesn't have elite speed. He reminds me a lot of Clyde Edwards-Helaire in Kansas City, but worse because he's super small. In the hole, he'll make you miss. He's great cutting back one cut, but he's not going to break out big runs. He's not super fast. His acceleration to me is kind of on the lower level. If you talk about other guys on the team, he's not going to burst out of the hole and just explode. He's explosive, but not in that way. So I think he's going to be gone. I really do. I don't see a way that he makes the team with the talent that we have coming in, because I think Elijah Mitchell, well, talk about right now, is a much better player than JaMychal Hasty. And Hasty, we saw him too against the Giants come out of empty. He ran like a slant or something in the slot, and he did really well. But again, you can't have a guy on the roster for 2 or 3 packages. You need to have him on the field so that you can disguise things and give them different looks to where they're going to call certain coverage that you can take advantage of. So he's not the guy for that. Austin Walter, I don't think there's any chance he makes the team. I like him a lot. It's like a bowling ball, but he's the 7th guy. It's going to be he has to have a really impressive camp for that to happen. Elijah Mitchell, I went back today and I did some more research on him, and he's not what everybody's calling him to be. He's not the next Raheem Mostert. He doesn't on film. He does not have 4.3 speed at all. It's not even close. He didn't give me the sense that he was the fastest guy on the field at all times. He's a fast player. To me, he's like a mid 4.4 type guy. He's not a low 4.3 guy like Raheem Mostert. I don't see that at all. And when you talk about how he plays, he can play inside zone, outside zone. So he's a really great fit for what we're going to do this year. And he's very physical. His contact balance too, which is what really amazed me, is incredible. You watch him on film, he'll get knocked over and he'll just stay up somehow. He'll put his hand in the ground, stay up. He'll go through people. So he's really good in that way. And that's why I think they really liked him, because he'll stay up and he'll get extra yards. He'll fight every single play. But when you talk about him, aside from great vision, great contact balance, doesn't have the elite speed you want. It's good speed, right? He'll get probably a few long runs in his career. It's better than Trey Sermon, I will say that, but it's not Raheem Mostert, Matt Breida. You hit the seam and then you're gone. It's not like that at all. So the way I look at it, it's just, I think he's going to be the 4th back, but he's going to have a different role than everybody expects him to.
Good observations, Tony, because a lot of us were confused about Mitchell. I thought they were grooming him up. If Raheem leaves next year or asks for a lot of money, we've got this kid.
Yeah, I mean, it could go so many ways in the way they attack the roster this offseason. And you look at the other contracts, I think they're very movable contracts if we want to cut them. But just for the value they give us based off what we'll lose, I just don't see a way that Wilson and Mostert go. I really don't. So, but yeah, Elijah Mitchell, I think that was an A pick in the 6th round. To me, just because running backs are kind of, there's a stigma around them that they can't stay healthy, right? And they're just not worth a high pick. I think that's why he kind of went so low in the 6th round. But if it were like a receiver, he'd probably have like a 4th round grade on him. So I thought that was really good value. I think the whole draft too, when you looked at what they did, it was all value based. And all the guys, aside from Sermon, in my opinion, were the best players available. Given they did miss out on a whole lot of better players by not trading up, which kind of, surprised me. Paulson Adebo, Elijah Molden, those type of guys. But you can't really complain, because they got what they needed. They got what they wanted. I just hope we really address some more things in the secondary after June 1st. That's what I hope we do.
And that's probably going to be the case. Tony, outstanding as usual. Let's we're back tomorrow night for Raw. And I you notice I've followed Tony. I'm retweeting him and everything else. So you see Tony, you got to follow him. This guy's going to keep you up to date on everything.
All right.
All right, Tony.
All right, Ronbo.
I'll see you tomorrow.
You have a good night.
You too, fam. Happy Mother's Day.
All right. Happy Mother's Day.
Thanks. And let's see. It's now this is Steph Bombs.
Yo,
Yeah,
what's up, Ronbo?
I love the name.
Hey, it's Jason, man. I used to call when you had the app. Jason out of
Oh,
New York, Staten Island, New York. I
Jason,
go by
yes,
Stealth
I remember you,
Bombs.
Jason,
Yeah,
because I said, so where have I heard that voice and
I've been in
accent?
recovery, Rombo. I've been in serious recovery, man. You know,
Oh
the
no.
Super Bowl, bro. The Super
Oh,
Bowl. Yeah, yeah. My
Jason,
heart can't take
Jason,
it.
you know,
2011 with Kyle
I was
Williams. I was like,
worried you were gonna tell me something physical, but you know what? That's a
no, thank
trauma
God, no.
that a lot of people are
I'm
still
just
trying to
now
shake off.
recovering, bro. This
Man,
Trey Lance, this move we just did. I
yeah.
mean, I'm always a fan. I just had to, I was there with the 9-0. I went to Washington that year and we
Oh,
beat the Redskins in that rain game. So I was
yes.
climbing the whole way. Like, yeah, I saw the Kittle move. I didn't
Yeah.
understand the CJ Beathard move and then passing on Mahomes and Deshaun Watson. I guess we're making up for that. I think Kyle kicked himself for that. How did I use Brian Hoyer as
Well,
my go-to with
you know,
Deshaun on the board?
John Lynch already made that clear that he still can't get over the fact that he didn't pick up Patrick Mahomes. Mahomes, he came out of a system that I think confused a lot of coaches, and coaches got to get around that. You know, don't look at what system he comes out of. Look for what he can do for you.
Yeah, look at the film. Like this guy out of USC, the safety. I heard y'all talking about his speed and
Funga. Man, the dude
Rice.
is in the
All I
fifth
think about is
round.
Jerry Rice. Jerry
Yeah.
Rice running a 4.64, whatever. But on that football field,
Nobody
he's the
snatched him
truth,
from
man.
behind. You can look at all the film. You can try to find film when Rice got out in front and somebody came and got him. No. And him and
Rice had
Dion.
burners on the field.
Oh, man. Rice had that kind of speed, that scared speed. Jason, you ever run from a dog and you know you can't run that fast,
Yes, I
but
have.
you got away?
I have. I know the feeling.
That's
I
weird.
know the feeling. And that's what they call football speed. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I'm looking at that, man. And I think about, Tavarius Moore and Taylor Mays, guys who have all the speed and measurables, but the nose for the ball. I think of the Honey Badger when you think of that. I can't remember his name right now. You know what I'm talking about. The Honey Badger, he has a nose for the ball. Troy Polamalu is similar. They compare this young guy to him, obviously, for obvious reasons. I'm saying football speed, man. So we got some steals.
Instincts,
and
too.
he's one of them. Instincts, yeah. Instincts is. I like our running back, our committee. I think we should keep 5. I mean, Tevin Coleman is gone. Them 2 guys, Hasty and the other guy, they never really could cut it for me. So yeah, we got to stack. We got to restack the shelf with running backs. Garmin Jr. is going to make the team. I watched the tape on him. Watch, he's going to make the team.
You know, because I was trying to say, you guys.
He has
got
hands
him.
too.
Yeah, and
He
Tony
has
just pointed
hands.
something out. The Giants have an awful offensive line, and he still managed to pick up 600 yards. I want to see this dude play.
He's nice, man. He runs strong, just like Sherman does. He has speed and hands, and Sherman has speed and hands. So we're gonna see. I do have a problem with
doing, don't you? You see what they're doing, don't you? 49ers
Yeah.
are building a team that's going to be so physical that the opponent in the fourth quarter is going to be waving the white flag. I'm telling you, man, this is going to be a brutal team.
Yeah, I think Kyle Shanahan finally realized the transition in the quarterbacks. You got to be Jimmy. I think we have the greatest quarterback assembled. I think right now the greatest quarterback depth. I say with Jimmy starting, but with that ACL, I think he's just not confident in that pocket like he was, when he first came in with those 5 games at the end of 2017. He moved around well. I still think Jimmy could do some things though, so let's see. Trey is the future though, baby. Trey is the future. And with that, salute to you, Ronbo. I'll be back now that I see you got a new format. I had to catch up to this new way of things.
We got rid of the app, but yeah. Cool.
Right.
Jason, man, I always love your takes, bro. Love to see you zooming in, too. God, look at you.
Yeah, brother.
I'm glad you're
This is
healed
Jason
up now
from New York.
2019, too.
Yeah, that hurt. That hurt, Ronbo. I mean, I was mad at. You know who I was mad at? Kyle Shanahan. Because no Debo. First you didn't go for it. with minute 47, you got John Lynch in the skybox, like, yeah, timeout. We're gonna. No, you can't play scared. That's
They
just
didn't
he got to
want
stop that.
Mahomes to get another chance. And Debo, they
You
couldn't do a
can't play
damn thing
scared.
with them all. Every time they
Yeah,
got the ball.
the reverse, the end around. They couldn't stop Debo.
Give the ball.
I didn't see one Debo sighting in the run game.
The second
You
half,
don't.
it was damn.
If you can't stop it, put the pedal to the metal. I hope Kyle learned from that.
It's too late.
I think he did. I
hope so. All right, fam.
I hope we'll be back, man. All right, bro.
Jason, I'm looking for you tomorrow too. All right, fam.
All right, bro. See you tomorrow on Raw.
Yeah. There he is. Jason's back. Poor guy getting over trauma. Hey, let's go back and see if Emilio's ready. Emilio!
Yeah, what's happening?
Emilio, man, we're breaking it down, looking at some of the draftees that just came in. And actually, the most intriguing one, I guess, is the running backs. Because, Bobby Turner and Kyle, we ain't drafting no running backs. I can make you into a running back. What? Yeah. Come on out here. Let me show you what to do. And not only did they get one running back, they went and got two. So there's Wayne Gallman Jr. already came over. So now you're talking Wayne Gallman Jr., Raheem Mostert, Jeffrey Wilson Jr., and Mitchell and Sermon. So I'm thinking, Niners, there was other positions. Y'all passed up on, okay, we can't question you because you know what you're doing. There was a couple of good secondary guys you guys just passed and traded up to get a running back. When in the world did you guys start trading up to get a running back? Yeah, hey, Emilio, you remember the last time they did that when they got Williams, and that didn't work out. Although these guys, Williams that boy could play. He just had mental issues going on with his sister and all, kind of messed him up. But still, God, 2 running backs drafted. They didn't have a plan. Emilio, the writing on the wall is clear. 49ers going to beat people up this year. You're going to get hurt trying to get in the 49ers' way. You're going to be mauled. You're going to be tired by the third quarter. Emilio, is Hufanga going to make this team? Is School going to make this team? I think Wayne Gallman Jr. is going to make the team after listening to this conversation. We're talking about Tim Harris we got in 2019. Was that a ridiculous pick? Is he leaving? And, I mean, what are you thinking?
I had told you before, we needed a new running back. But, I mean, they got 2 instead of 1. Because I was like, the whole thing was because our running backs kept getting hurt. And then I think they might trade Mostert sooner or later.
Hey, he's
getting to the point where he's getting up.
Yeah, that's
he
what
might.
said.
He's on a 1 year. He's on his 1 year deal. He keeps getting injured, and he's at a good point where you can actually trade him because he is one of the fastest running backs.
He's only got 1 year left on his deal. Why would I give you anything in order to keep some other team from getting him? Maybe.
No, I mean, you can get something for him. Maybe a 3rd round pick. You can get something for him. And it's always trying to get the value out of something. It always helps. You always got to look at it. Like, let's say somebody, you always got to look at the scenario. A different team, somebody gets hurt. Oh, we got an extra running back. You can take Raheem. We got fresh new rookies. So it's a possibility with that scenario.
You know what? If Eli Mitchell, Tony said he's not as fast as 4.3. But if Eli Mitchell looks good, you may be on to something.
What? You got to think about it too. Gore wasn't that fast, but he was able to read the defense and get to the hole. So you ain't really got to be that fast. You got to just be able to know where to make it cuts. And basically you got to basically just know when to make it cuts when it comes around. You don't have to be the fastest. You just got to be able to break tackles.
But to have that home run hitter though. That dude that can take it to the house.
Yeah,
like
I mean, of course that does help. But like I say, if you think about it, our last good running back we had was Gordon. He was never really that fast. Yeah. He was just able to read the defense and knew when to make his cuts.
Yep.
And he was hard to bring down.
And
that was hard. So as long as you're hard to bring down,
and he could run 3 inches off the ground.
You're good to go. You ain't got to be the fastest running back. As long as you're hard to bring down and get that first down when you need it.
Mm-hmm.
That's for the most part, that's what you need. Well, of course, you like that explosive, super fast guy trying to, score a touchdown. But, if you like, we used to have like Gore, it's just enough to do that. You're good enough to get at least a first down here and there. What you really need out of your running back. As long as he averages 4 to 6 yards, you're pretty much good with a running back.
Yeah, get the ball to him all day. And Tyler, no, are you a Hufanga? I love that name. Are you a Hufanga fan?
Hufanga.
Is he going to come in and have the impact that everybody expects?
I think they might make him a linebacker because I remember I told you before. I think he might become a linebacker if you really think about it. Because they said he has that linebacker speed. They said 215, but I don't know. Then they said he came down on weight, basically 199 or 190, somewhere around there. But I'm like, if you're strong enough, but like I said, he wouldn't be a bad choice to make as a linebacker because he's good in coverage. Yeah. Well, he more plays up to the line, so
yeah,
he wouldn't be a bad linebacker.
He can gain weight. He probably does that just because he's playing a safety.
Yeah. So he was only one doing that to be faster, but like I said, Shanahan already said beforehand, he was like, if he doesn't play safety, he might play linebacker. So when I started looking at that, I was like, since he plays so close to the line, that actually wouldn't be a bad idea. It's like when they did what's his name, Eric Reed. They made him play linebacker. You know how he was playing pretty good. So.
Yeah.
So, I mean, either way, but if you think about it, sometimes it worked. He was actually doing pretty good when he became a linebacker. Not like he did a bad job.
Yeah, I don't know why he was so bothered. Maybe do safeties get paid more than
wanted
linebackers?
To play. He wanted. Linebackers make more than safeties.
Yeah, you're right though. Talanoa's 215 pounds. You know what though? I got a feeling with his frame, he could probably pick up, because I looked at him, he looked a little lean. He could probably pick up 10, 15.
Yeah. Put a little weight on, Not too bad.
As long as it's good weight. Power, muscle. Yeah, I like, if he's going to play on special teams, I got a feeling Talanoa can play more than one position anyway.
Oh, he'd be hard. He'd be hard if he plays. Of course he's gonna start off on
special teams.
On special teams. But yeah, he'll be. Sometimes you're being a good hard hitter. It's perfect. Especially if you can make
cause that turnover.
Oh, it'd be perfect.
Bam! Coughing the ball up. The 49ers got it. Oh, Talanoa put a hit on. That's. I can't wait to hear that. That's why we drafted him. We knew it. Oh, headhunting. Emilio, we're going to go. I'm going to see you tomorrow night on Raw. And did I say Happy Mama's Day? Yeah. Because, Emilio, you got mama at home. You got your mama. You know what I'm saying? It's like, Mother's Day, you could go broke on Mother's Day.
I got your mama, my mama, and they mama.
There you go. Yeah, right? Emilio, man, let's have a great evening. I'm going to see you tomorrow, okay?
All right, you too, man. All right, I'll holler at you.
All right, man. I'm looking forward. All right.
All right, later.
There is. And then there's Ellis. Ellis. Hope he's having a better day today. Ellis had AAA day the other day. That's never good news. But he may be tied up again. He usually checks in and says, can you come back to me? Hey, Tony. Tony, Atlanta, Tony.
Hello, Ronbo. How are you?
Tony, happy Mother's Day, man. Doing great, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I always love weekends. Kick back, relax. I've been getting lazy. I've been told, wife's got about 17 chores for me to do. I keep lying. Hey, but you know what? I got to tell you, Tony, it's fun. I'm glad when you call because I always love some of the things going on around the NFL. And Tony, where are you guys ranked in the power ranking right now? Do you know the too soon power rankings?
23rd, 24th.
Tony, your signal's broken. Tony?
I mean?
Yeah, it's fading in and out. Are you in the same spot as usual? You might be moving around because you're barely audible. Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, that's better. Yeah. Tony, did I hear you say you guys are ranked 23?
Yeah, 23, 24, something like that.
No respect, boy. You know, this is why I hate when they do these power rankings too early like this. You know, they've got us ranked behind the Rams. We're number 9. They're number 8.
Really?
Yeah, you know, the Rams do compete each and every year for reasons unknown. They do work hard. I got to give them credit for it. But the thing is, Tony, we beat the Rams under all conditions. We had 1 year, the year before last when we went to Super Bowl. We had 1 year. We played them with our third string quarterback. We played them with all kind of players missing. George Kittle, all guys were missing, and we're still ranked behind them. I don't understand. Matt Stafford.
They got teams ranked high that's not going to do that good. Also, I don't. I mean, I see that stuff, but I don't pay attention to it.
You know, I didn't.
A lot of it's players and a lot of it's coaching.
Yeah, I agree. I never pay attention now because somebody's lying. And like you're saying, they just do it for entertainment purposes. Don't bother me with that. But do you know that the Chiefs are ranked ahead of the Tampa Bay Bucks in some sites?
Yeah, because, you know, now Tampa Bay, everybody's going to be gunning for them now. So they still got the same squad because they re-signed those linebackers and they got everybody back. But, you know, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Because Carolina's gotten better. We've gotten better.
Yeah.
The Aints, I don't know about them.
Who? Which team?
The Aints. I can't call them Saints. The Aints.
Oh, the Aints. They still got, you know, Peyton is just, that man is, ooh. You know, Peyton reminds me of a modern day, the Cowboys' legendary coach. He's always got something for you, you know? What was his name? Not Jimmy Johnson, but the guy.
Ronbo, that's my favorite coach of all time growing up with. Tom Payton does not remind me of Tom Landry. No way.
Landry. That's what I'm thinking about. Landry was the coolest dude. That's why I couldn't stand America's team, because Landry would have that look in his eye like, no matter what, I'm going to whoop you.
Yep. He looked like an FBI director getting ready to kick your butt.
You know, and that's why Peyton, the Saints haven't always been famous, you know. They only recently got, 5, 6 years?
Yep.
So, you know.
I think it's time for their fans to break back out the paper bags.
Those are the good old days.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
You show up in the game wearing a bag. What is your point?
Yeah, that was funny. They didn't want to be seen.
Stay home.
But
they just went out there to embarrass the franchise. I loved it. Oh, God. But, yeah.
Have you had your with your rookies yet?
No, we're looking through the rookies. I'm looking at who we're going to get rid of because some of the guys we picked up show a lot of promise. And I'm looking at the running back situation we got is hilarious. We don't Tony, we don't draft running backs. Joe Williams was the last guy we drafted. That didn't work out well. Everybody else is just like, they go get UDFAs and make them into stars. You look at Jeffrey Wilson Jr., you look at Mostert, you look at Matty B. Those guys had great times when they were playing with the 49ers. And then we drafted 2 this year. And we got Wayne Gallman Jr. as if to say, look, we're not going for the low-end running backs. We're serious this year. So I got a feeling we're going to change our style this year. And we're gonna hurt some people running this year. And this way Mike McGlinchey doesn't have to be held responsible on every snap for protecting the quarterback.
Well, you know how some people, they sign their camp bait, basically. They're there to compete and then, you know, get a good look at them on film and then send that film to other teams and then you release them.
Yeah.
So, you know, but we need to get a couple running backs. We got, who's that, James Davis, the kid we got from Seattle, played with Carolina last year. We're not deep at running back either. Quadre Olison, who we drafted 2 years ago. Yeah. Everybody else we let go.
Yeah, and you've had some great running backs,
nobody's going to pick him up. Yep, Todd Gurley, nobody's going to pick him up, Ronbo. He needs to retire with that.
And he started out, Todd Gurley was the most, Todd Gurley was awesome those first couple of years. And then the knee, and we knew the knee had trouble from Georgia. Finally quit. Arthritis set in.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
It's like he runs timid now. Last year he was running timid, and then he would go down or get out of bounds. No more explosion. He doesn't have that anymore.
Yeah,
I kind of feel bad for him, but
you can't pick running back with that kind of. You got that attitude. If you're not just, I don't care on this next snap. I'm getting through that hole. If you don't have that attitude, you can't be a running back. So yeah, that's too bad.
Yep.
So.
But Ronbo, Big Show be making a lot of good points. Sometimes I be listening to him.
Big Show.
He really loves. Yeah. And Texas boy, when I be seeing his comments, that guy's hilarious.
He's
hilarious.
That's because he's a fool. Texas boy don't know nothing about no football. That's why I always get a kick out of guys like that talking, because all they do is run smack, and it has no substance to it, but it is amusing.
Yeah, with that thing, the Cowboys, I call them Jerry Jones, I call him Mr. Spotlight. He's a ringleader of a circus.
Dallas is like a joke. Ever since Jerry Jones decided he doesn't need a GM and I'm going to call all the shots, that was the end for Dallas right there. I think they've lost a lot of fans because of that. Jones is not a GM.
And he's been chasing. He's been chasing ever since.
Yeah, and
when we won 3 Super Bowls in the 90s, yeah, that was because of Jimmy Johnson.
Right.
It had nothing to do with Jerry Jones. Jimmy Johnson, even on that last Super Bowl team when Jimmy Johnson wasn't there, those were Jimmy Johnson's players.
Yeah. So they didn't need Jerry anywhere. All they needed was somebody to send players in and out. So, well,
Yes, sir.
Hey, Tony, always great to talk to you. I'll be back tomorrow night, Raw, looking for you.
Monday Night Raw. And hey, Ronbo, keep
Yo.
doing what you're doing, man. Got a
Thanks.
great platform. And remember what I said. Trey Lance reminds me of Steve Young. Remember I said this.
We're
2 or
gonna
3
see.
years down the line.
We're gonna see, because
Yes,
he's
sir.
gonna be coming up soon. All right. Hey,
Yes, sir.
Tony, have a great night.
All right, you take it easy.
Thanks. Happy Mother's Day too. Hey.
Same to you.
Thank you. All right. Hey, Marion. Where is Texas boy? Is he in there today? Boy, Texas boy, man, dude be. Hey, Marion. And 406 area code, 406 at Montana. Hello.
Yep.
Hello. Hello.
Ronbo.
Yes. And hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
hey, man, I'm
this?
actually calling out of Oregon. I'm from Montana. Just want to say shout out to the Niner Nation. I've been following you since the old Rams beat down where they didn't even make 100 yards. So shout out to Rudy for that.
Rudy.
So yeah, Hufunga, man. I think he's going to fill in
what is your
for
name?
Harris.
I don't want to call you Montana.
Mike.
What is your Mike?
Yeah.
All right, Mike. Go ahead, Mike. I love it. Keep rolling.
So yeah, I think Hufunga is going to replace Harris for sure. I like Harris. I just seen him getting beat way too much in coverage, and we were only really playing him out of desperation, in my opinion.
Yeah. And he killed us to the Saints game. There was no need for that shootout if he could have just done a little bit better with that big tight end. That was just, I mean, he was going to the tight end on every play at that point when they knew that Harris couldn't stop him. And so we really missed Kwaski T in that game. So yeah, I agree.
But yeah, I think Sermon's definitely going to be a lock for sure. He's definitely going to be the future for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Mozart, I don't know, man. He's just too small in my opinion. He's barely over 200, isn't he?
You know what? I never paid much attention. I'm going to go look that up though. But yeah, Mostert, and today I'm seeing more people getting rid of Mostert than I've ever seen before. You know, he's still got that home run speed. I think that's why they picked up guys like Sherman and Galloway, Gallman.
Right, to kind of carry the rock, I think, first, second down or whatnot, and get Mostert more in those kind of screens and stuff like that, not make him such an every down back.
Yeah, don't make him a workhorse. Agreed.
Yeah, no, not at all. Sherman's going to be that workhorse.
And what about Jeffrey Wilson Jr.? I just love
I
watching.
like Jeff Wilson, man. I've seen him run hard and he's got heart, bro, dude.
He lowers that shoulder. He hits those holes hard. We'll
And
put him in against the Rams.
Yeah, I know, right? Because the
You know,
Rams hate that when you come in being physical.
Ronbo, you never know with Shanahan who he's going to play as running back because he plays who's got that hot hand. He's, different defenses. Some are faster, some are slower. Some can handle, us running right at him, and some can't.
Good point. Shanahan's watching the defense's reaction. You're right.
Run by committee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact,
can you
imagine?
See what their weakness is for the week because sometimes.
Because remember those 2 home runs Mostert hit from line of scrimmage? Shanahan knew the defense couldn't handle them. You're right. You're not dependent. No matter how good you are, Shanahan's going to call the guy's number who he knows can take advantage of a given defense. The guy's sharp as a razor.
Oh yeah, I'm excited. This is our time, dude. It's been long enough. We've been at the bottom for long enough. It's time for the Niners to be back in it.
And for 2 or 3 years, let's just stop with this year. We're good this year. We're not good this year. We're good this year. We're not good this year. Let's see if we can build something here like the Patriots and the Saints. Who else has been like every year produces a good team? Hawks. Some of the best teams in the division are
I know the
in a team.
The NFC is really the powerhouse. The AFC is getting a little more better. Starting some elite quarterbacks over, but NFC still where it's at, dude. It's a more physical conference.
Yeah. But when you look at Super Bowl wins, are we ahead NFC versus AFC in the history of the Lombardi?
That's a good question. The last time I looked, it was pretty even. That was like 3 years ago, though.
See, because of Brady.
So I don't know.
It's really funny because of the Patriots. If not for the Patriots, I think we'd have an overwhelming lead.
No, honestly, if you go look at the AFC winners, there's very rarely, it's like Broncos, Ravens, Patriots, Colts. There's a few others sprinkled in, but it's mostly like the same teams for a while. Yeah, where NFC, it's like a different team every year, because it's more competitive in the NFC.
Good point. It's true. You never know who's coming for the NFC. Although you knew for the last 10 years it was going to be the Patriots going to be in the mix, and the only way they'd lose is if they did something wrong. So yeah, that's it. If it wasn't for Tom, we'd be so far ahead of the AFC. That's the truth. I hadn't thought about that. And now he comes over to the NFC and he wins again. Oh, Mike, it's got to be stopped.
Get rid of this guy.
Jesus.
All right, I want to take up too much time for other callers and whatnot.
Great to meet you too, Mike. Hey, we'll be back tomorrow night looking for you.
All right, brother. Shout out to Trey Lance. Happy birthday.
Hey, that's right. Happy birthday to Trey. 21.
All right, man. Appreciate the platform. Shout out to production. Take care,
Thanks,
Ronbo.
Mike. Appreciate you, fam. Happy Mama's Day.
Yep.
All right.
Peace.
And let's go check out. We go back to which one? Marion. Hey, Marion. Marion.
Yo, what's up, man? What's up? My bad.
Hey, Marion, it's not your bad, man. We're looking for you right now, man.
I know, man. I know. Listen. The other night, I had dozed off and fell asleep.
I know, man.
I was knocked out, dog.
Were you being recorded at the time? Sometimes y'all fall asleep. You forgot to turn your mic off, and so we take you off mute.
I had it on mute,
it's like,
bro. You couldn't hear nothing.
I love that. We save all those. I'm gonna put them together soon.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
What's up, man? What's going on?
Other than Mama's Day, we're looking at some of the players that they got the work cut out for them going into preseason because we drafted some dudes. It's going to make life difficult. Just in school, we drafted Aaron Banks. All of a sudden, his life is going to change. You look at Wayne Gallman Jr. had it made up until, and he may still be okay, but Trey Sermon and Mitchell, 49ers never draft running backs. They did it this time for reasons unknown. We're going to find out, though, because we think the 49ers are getting ready to play smash mouth football. Hey, Mary, you know what's really funny about the 49ers? This particular regime of Shanahan Lynch, we started off, and I think we're going to be more of a finesse kind of offense, right? With You know, when you had guys like Dante Pettis and some of the other guys we had. And then all of a sudden, all right, reverse, let me go get Debo and Jalen Hurd. And when they catch the ball, if the dude comes in with anything weak, he's going to get moved out the way. We're going to pick up another 10, 15 yards. So, you know, now the 49ers are saying, you know what? Let's just do that, period. I got Trey Lance. I'm drafting him. If he can't throw it, he can bust a move down the field. I got like these new running backs. All these guys are bruisers, 200 pounds of nothing but solid rock. So, you know, you can see where this team's going. We're getting ready to be physical next year. Even on defense, we drafted a guy like Hufanga in the 5th round. That sends a message to the NFL. If you're not ready, if you come in with any femininity at all, you go get seriously battered. I like this. It reminds me of hardball football, but with more finesse, because we still got Shanahan running that book. Oh, man, I'm making myself crazy. Take it away, man, so I can hush. Oh.
Man, well, you know, I haven't spoke with you in a while, since before the draft. It's been a minute. So the Trey Lance pick, you know, which we kind of, I was glad with Trey Lance instead of Matt Jones because I wasn't going to deal with that. I was going to, if we would have drafted Matt Jones, I was going to cancel my DirecTV service immediately. Like dead ass. I was done. I was not going to deal with that. I wasn't doing it. I wasn't doing it.
That was the media. Never trust him again. It was never him.
Well, I don't know. There's a lot of whistles coming. It's too many leaks come out of San Francisco. I'm sorry.
I think those leaks came from somewhere else, though. But maybe.
Yeah, too many leaks. It's still too many leaks. You know what I'm saying? Garoppolo's still my guy. However, the only quick thing about Trey Lance is he's going to have to, because I watched a little bit when he was at North Dakota. He got to stay in the pocket a little bit longer. He can't be running out of the pocket too much. Other than that, he seemed like he's okay.
Okay, I wasn't saying nothing, but I noticed that too. I didn't know if it's because of his receivers, nobody open, or what the story was, but he did do a lot of running. I watched him for like 5 or 6 minutes during one game, and that's all he did. I said, is that the offensive coordinator? Or what's going on with that?
I don't know, but we will cross that bridge when we get there.
Yeah.
But as of everybody else, the Trey Sermon pick, I was excited for about that because I've seen him play very well at Ohio State. I think that he will at least be the 2-back behind Mostert, and that was needed based on the injury prone we had at running back last year. Better than Coleman. God. He's better than Coleman. He's better than Jeff Wilson, honestly. But he is a good power back. If anybody watched some Big 12 football now, when we get to the 3rd round pick, the 4th round pick, then the 3rd round pick when we went and got Arbor Thomas, I don't know what the hell they saw in him because he can't tackle. I mean, he got good coverage ability, but he cannot tackle. He's little. He's like 190. Right at 6 foot. His tackling is kind of weak, but you know he could cover. He could do kick returns. That'd be big, you know, for the return game. But as a tackler, you know, that's not it. But I didn't understand the
West. He's got to tackle.
Well, I'm trying to tell you, he ain't all that great of a tackle now. But he got good. Again, now he got good coverage ability going to the side. He could cover the ball. It's just the tackling what worries me. But when we get down to the safety from USC,
yeah,
I don't know what the hell. Look, anybody from the Pac-12 is trash to me. I'm sorry. West Coast,
it has become a weaker division, though. I must admit. I just like watching him play. That boy is grizzly. But yeah,
I don't know, but I mean, all in all, I was pretty much satisfied with the draft. I think I think, like you say, you're gonna be finessed a little bit and a little smash mouth. I think that would be okay, but just give Jimmy G the ball and let him do his thing. That's all I ask for.
Yeah, G is going to be on fire this year. I already got that predicted. I'm waiting because the haters keep getting on me all the time. I'm going to be telling y'all in week 6, week 7, y'all going to say, we'll wait and see what happens. Week 9, week 10, y'all still talking. Huh? Listen, we're 8-1. Man. Shut up. You know, I can't wait.
I don't know. Hey, we'll see. I think my biggest worry is we didn't grab a receiver in the draft. That really made my left I'm not gonna say that because
Well, you know what, Brian? I think that's why we're going to do a lot of running. That's why Kyle went and got all these butchers. Because you know what? Mike McGinty's going to have a field day this year, and you could run behind Williams as well. So, you know, I think teams going to be so beat up, we're going to be starting to pass late in the second, third, and fourth rounds a little bit more. Play action is going to be the thing this year.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. But we definitely need a third wide receiver because
nobody wants
Hurd
to
ain't
listen
it.
to me when I say that. I do too. Ayuk, I need a speed merchant. Man, do you want a speed guy? I want a 4-3, a legitimate guy that busts the top off that defense. I want that field stretched out. People keep blaming the quarterback. You know what? I need a deep threat to throw to as well. You know?
We haven't had a deep threat since Terrell Owens. If we're keeping it real, we haven't had a deep threat since T.O.
Yeah.
Let's keep it real.
Yeah,
and I don't understand. Again, if you putting all our eggs on Jalen Hurd, I gotta see it to believe it. You know what I'm saying?
He's perfect.
Unless he gonna
just
look. He had two torn ACLs, I believe, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Both legs.
If he gonna pull a Frank Gore, like when Frank Gore torn his two knees in Miami, and he busted out of the NFL, we'll see.
Yeah.
But I don't know, dog. I don't know.
We're going to find out. Somebody said something about we got another guy from Arizona. I don't know how fast he is, but we'll see. You know, fam, it's always good to hear from you, Marion. I'll be back tomorrow night on Raw looking for you.
All right, man. Take it easy.
All right. You too. Night.
All right, bro.
Here goes Marion. Yeah, Marion and I think alike. I try not to bring up Jimmy's name too much, but, you know, because I don't want to start anything.
Yeah, but Jimmy the guy. He the
guy. Happy Mother's Day, fam. Shh, don't tell nobody. me and Marion. Jimmy.
Ronbo.
Hey, Bill. Come on in, Bill.
Well, how's it going?
Bill, it's always going good. Anytime I can talk badly about your favorite team and mine, the Cowboys, and say bad things about them, all the way from Jerry Jones, go all the way back to Tom Landry. I've had a fun night tonight. And then you look at the Rams, who've been ranked ahead of us going into the season. These are fun things, Bill, to be able to look back on in a few months and say, remember, the Cowboys are supposed to be better this year. They picked up some defense, and they're still Dak's gotten paid all that money, and Jerry Jones is crying his eyes out over at some massage parlor. But Bill, you know, there's some guys on this team that may have some worries. I mentioned a few, but you got anybody you got a feeling it's going to be ruled out or cut because of some guys we drafted?
I don't think it's going to be JaMychal Hasty, like the caller was calling earlier about JaMychal Hasty being gone. I don't think he's going to get rid of him.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to go, but there are some other ones.
We need them all, though, Bill.
Yeah, we do. I don't think they're going to release them. As soon as we release JaMychal Hasty, you know the Seattle Seahawks are going to be on top of him.
Yep. They don't wait. They'll take anybody we cut, thinking that. I guess they got a lot of respect for our organization, Bill. They think we train up and coach up players pretty well, I guess.
Yeah, they actually do. It's quite comical, if you ask me, that they think we're going to we produce a lot of good, but some of them we cut that really just can't make it because they're not that good. Some of them we still have room for, I guess. I don't know, but I don't think we're going to finish last. They got the power rankings wrong. I hope we stun the NFL again, make it back to the Super Bowl, and win it this time and actually shut them up.
Maybe they're going by talent. Bill, do you think that have the Cardinals and the Seahawks especially and the Rams, have they put together better rosters so far going into the...
No. Only Cardinals.
Yeah.
But they got what? They signed J.J.
And A.J. Green on offense. They've done a lot of things, the Cardinals, actually. I am scared of them. I was scared of them last year because of Kyler Murray.
That's going to be our toughest competitor this year is Arizona. I don't see anybody else in our division going to really compete with us. Seattle, they're falling off of whatever they were doing. Rams, we're going to whip them. I mean, come on now.
It's a routine. It's a routine. I agree.
Yeah. So we're going to sweep the Rams. We could sweep Seattle, but I think we're going to go 1-1 against Arizona, and we're going to lose the first matchup against them. I see that happening because unless something happens, when do we got Arizona this year?
I don't know, but so I think the schedule. Have they put the order? I don't think they put the order of the schedule up in yet. They just put the teams.
Kamara pulled up a schedule, but I don't even think that's legit. I'm not even going to go off that.
Yeah, isn't it early for the schedule? I don't think the schedule's not due out for a little while. Yeah. I could be wrong. I thought
you pulled up a website that they showed us having certain people and in a way and home and all that. I'm not going to buy on that until I actually see.
Well, you take the away and the home thing seriously, but I don't know what order is what I'm thinking. So.
Yeah, it's the order I want to see. Depending on when we got Arizona, and depending if they got when
Josh
we get
Mangle,
them,
it says Wednesday's the schedule release. Okay, next week we're going to find out, Bill. Okay. Go ahead.
Then I could call it to decide, when we got Arizona, because injuries can happen between now and then. But if we got them in open, then
that's what determines everything every year. It's survival of the fittest. Whoever gets to the end of the schedule with the most of their starters has got a good chance to be in the playoffs and win. That's all there is to it. Because we weren't supposed to get beat down like that last year, Bill. Man, that team was so ready to kill. God, and we got killed. Man.
It was the Jet Stadium. I blame the Jet Stadium. Come on now.
And a brand new field. Why are you guys laying turf down? Why don't you just plant grass like everybody else? I don't get it.
We ain't got to worry about this year. We ain't got to worry about that this year. I don't think we even got Jets or Giants this year. I don't think we even do.
I want nothing to do with that
so
stadium.
We ain't got to worry about that. We'll be all right. We're going to be good. We're going to have, and I heard we got an extra game this year. So when people say 13-3, it'd be more like a 14-3 or a 15-2.
15-2. Bill, we're going to run out of time. I'll see you tomorrow night on Raw.
All right, you two. When do you come on after Monday? I'm not going to be available Monday.
Wednesday. Yeah, midweek. We always do end of the week and midweek. Yeah.
If I'm not on Wednesday, I'll see you Friday night.
All right. Looking forward, Bill. Have a great night.
All right. Have a nice night.
You. Happy Mother's Day. Night, Bill.
And one more thing. Hey, I'm not a mom, but I want to shout out to all the moms out there. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms.
Good. All right.
Happy Mother's Day. Have a nice day.
There you go. Night, fam. It's a big show. It's a big show on tonight. Show. It's not Monday night. How do we get this privilege? Come on in. I know this is your subject matter. I know who you're getting. Go ahead. So I don't even have to tell you anything.
Well, first of all, I would like to wish all the mothers out there a very happy Mother's Day.
Yeah.
Before we talk about what we're talking about tonight, and secondly, I completely forgot. I'm surprised that nobody has brought this up tonight, Ronbo. But we get to keep 55 people this year and not 53.
Oh.
So I wouldn't be surprised if we ended up. I wouldn't be surprised if we actually ended up keeping 5 running backs, given that we're a run-first offense and how quickly that some of our guys, unfortunately, get injured.
How come somebody didn't say that before now? I forgot about that. That's the method to this madness. That's why they got all those running backs. You're absolutely right. We're not working 50-man rosters anymore.
No. So I wouldn't be surprised if the running back room looked like Raheem Mostert, Trey Sermon, Wayne Gallman Jr., Elijah Mitchell, and Jeff Wilson Jr. and Kyle Juszczyk.
17 weeks of football, and
yeah,
you're going to need every last one of those guys.
They added in an extra game. Yeah, exactly. So I think that's going to be one of the roster spots where we carry the heavy, or where we actually carry the most players as far when it comes to running backs. So don't be surprised they actually ended up keeping them all. The ones I can see the odd man out. The ones I can see the odd man out are Austin Walter and JaMychal Hasty. They never took up roster spots in our team. They were practice squad guys. So I don't know why people were.
Yeah, we need you guys.
No, definitely not. And as far as the quarterback room goes, it's going to be Jimmy. It's going to be Trey. It's going to be Nate Sudfeld. I don't see Josh Rosen or Josh Johnson making this team. Sean Coleman, I really do think he's going to be on this team because he opted out last year, and he's fully healthy, and he's a really good depth tackle. Remember we traded a 7th-round pick for him a while ago.
Yeah. Can he beat School out, though? Is School going to make this team?
I think he can with his experience, Ronbo. I mean, granted, School does have a little bit of experience under his belt, but I think Sean Coleman, Kyle Shanahan got him for a reason, you know. So he gave up draft capital for a reason. School's in a UDFA. He did well against Aaron Donald, yes, but that was just I think a one-hit anomaly. Like, I don't know if Aaron Donald was off his game or not.
He did it twice.
Our front show, I mean, yeah.
The first time he did it, I agreed. Wait a minute. Okay, that was just one of those days. He did it twice.
Yeah.
First he got a scheme for him.
Twice.
So that's another thing that's working in his favor. So.
The two areas that we should be really worried about are the wide receiver room and obviously the secondary room. And let's not Ronbo, let's not entertain the thought of Hufanga becoming a linebacker again, please. Because no. Okay, we drafted him as a safety, and we're going to be playing him as a safety.
Yeah.
So that's what our secondary room is hideous right now, as far as depth goes. So we drafted him for depth purposes, and he's going to make this team as a safety.
Yeah.
And our linebacker room is fine right now. As far as defensive line goes, and the wide receiver you were talking about earlier from Arizona is Trent Sheffield or Sheffield or something like that. Sheffield.
Yeah,
he's a special teamer. He's a special teams. I guess you would say master. Like, he's a master of special teams, like kind of like how Mark Njoku was. That's on defense.
Yeah.
A good special teams player. That's Nate Sudfeld. Or I'm sorry, not Nate Sudfeld, but Trent Sudfeld.
Yeah, I forgot about
him. So
I forgot about
Sheffield.
I know what they're talking about.
That's the dude we signed from Arizona. But yeah, as far as the defensive line goes, it's Nick Bosa, Eric Armstead, Devon Kimmel, Maurice Hurst, Arden Key, and Jordan Willis, I believe. Contavious Street.
Is he going to stay on this team?
I think so, yeah. DJ Jones. Yeah. But the worrisome rooms we have to worry about are receivers and corners. And,
hey, do you know anything about this? Brian Boddy Calhoun. Is that how do you pronounce this guy's name? Boddy Calhoun?
I have no idea what position does he play.
He's a cornerback. See, you're like me. This is a guy that I think they were talking about last year when they said 49ers are keeping him under wraps because they don't want anybody picking him up. He's somewhat of a veteran, though. But we picked up Demador Lenore, and Boddy Calhoun could be a victim. I don't know. I got to see him play. He didn't really.
Yeah,
do that
Calhoun
much.
is Calhoun's definitely a victim. He's a nobody. He's just a camp body, a 93-man player. Lenore is somebody we're going to definitely be keeping, and he'll be getting some snaps this year because he's really close with Richard Sherman too. Believe it or not, I don't know if you know that or not.
Oh, he's
Lenore
the
is.
guy. Lenore is. Yeah. He's been working with you.
Yeah.
All right.
So I wouldn't be surprised. As much as I don't want to, as I would not be surprised if we brought Richard Sherman back on a cheaper deal.
It better be cheaper.
Let's be honest, Ronbo. Let's be honest. Who would you rather have, Richard Sherman, a burnt-out Richard Sherman, or Dante Johnson?
No. That doesn't even. That's a rhetorical question. You know what I mean?
You know, because that's hard. You know.
Woo. Hey, cornerback Tim Harris, 2019. He hasn't done anything. He had 2 games last season where he was out there on special teams. What's going on with Tim Harris? Oh, shucks, we're out of time. This show. Let's see tomorrow night.
Tim Harris is not going to make this team.
Yeah, that's it for him.
All right, for sure. Take care, fam.
All right,
shout out to the TNT fam. All right, take care.
Happy Mother's Day night show. And let's go check up on Ellis.
Ronbo, what's going on?
Ellis, man, happy Mama's Day. Ellis, man, we're just
shout out to the happy, shout out to the mothers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I raised, I raised my oldest, you know what I mean, with a little bit of, with a little bit of whole lot of not of one side and not the other. So yeah, there are some that do balance both sides and have to, mothers that have to take on the responsibility of the low key, kind of filling that void of a missing person and vice versa with the fathers too. So shout out to everybody,
Yeah.
out there just, raising heirs and taking care of their responsibility.
Yeah, good man.
What's going on, my brother?
Well, man, we're sitting down looking at some of the guys that jobs have been put in jeopardy due to the fact that the draft may have brought in some talents that could run them off. I just got corrected, though. I forgot. Do you know we can add 4 more? We had 50 man. We can add 55 players this year. And right, the league is being nice. We had 17. An extra game can mean a lot as far as the injuries go, right? So all them running backs the 49ers picked up, they may have did that on purpose. I didn't even think about that. Wayne Gallman Jr. would possibly have been in question because you picked up 2 kids in the draft, and of course they're going to be less money. And then of course you had Raheem Mostert, UDFAs, and Jeffrey Wilson Jr. And so you figure that's 4 running backs with the 2 they picked up. Without being seen, Gallman Jr. would make 5. We may keep all 5 now. So that's an argument I don't know if I can make. You look for some of the other guys that we're talking about that may not make the team that we had last year. And then, of course, School. I was wondering if Aaron,
Michael.
Yeah, Banks is going to make it possible for him to stay because a lot of guys can't. Yeah, JaMychal Hasty. You know what? That's a good. Is JaMychal Hasty, do you think he should be kept? That means that's 6.
It depends. I mean, the collarbone is usually something that guys come back from. I mean, but again, things can, happen and whatnot. I don't know what his progress is looking like. Hopefully, he's doing a lot better. I just really liked JaMychal Hasty. So hopefully, we didn't give up on him completely. He'll probably be on a practice squad or, something like that to, fully get himself, probably back. I'm sure he's got a lot of time off, but you just never know what his progress is like. But if not, JaMychal Hasty, for sure. Yeah, and he didn't even get in enough to be doing that. So that was kind of a disappointment, because, he really has a lot of potential. So hopefully he can bounce back, come back strong.
Boy, I get it. I love that, And then look at the safeties. Hufanga. I'm thinking Hufanga. He's not real fast, but he ain't all 4.6 for a safety might be a little slow, but he is good at ball hawking. How do you get good at that? Everybody can't do that. So I'm wondering if Hufanga's just got those kind of football instincts. He just may be fine. It may take somebody's job. What are you thinking?
Playing a linebacker, he would have to put on, probably about 15 pounds or something.
Everybody wants to stop talking about that. Fungus is DB.
So that's
don't make it play line.
No, I know, and I don't want to see him do that either. But as far as potential, you just never know with that speed, like how Fred has. You remember Fred wasn't a linebacker before he came. But
that's right. Fred was a safety.
So
a good one.
So yeah. So let's not forget that. But anyway, but I don't know if he's going to come take anybody's spot. I'm not opposed to it, but I definitely want to see him on the field. And I don't always want to see him on special teams. But again, if that's where he's effective and that's where he can kind of get his name going so people can start getting familiar with him, before, maybe he starts to, get moved around on the defense, then, I'm all for it. I brought up Hufanga here on the show a while, just a few months back. So I was shocked that we were even able to get him, to be honest. I thought he would have been going off the board. So I thought he was going in the 3rd. I said, well, maybe in the 3rd or the 4th if he's available, but he was still available in the 5th. So that was, so I know he has a little bit of injury. Yeah, well, the injury thing and what I noticed, what Kyle was saying and John, they took a totally different approach to the draft this year because there was a lot of guys I think that they wanted, but there might have been some injuries and some different things. And, which they kind of admitted that in the past they were, kind of taking chances and too many chances with drafting guys that were injured, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so I think there were some guys we missed out on for reasons that maybe we don't know. It could have been some injury stuff tied into some of those guys with the big names, and then again, priority over, I know we missed out on a lot. One thing I seen, Ronbo, and I don't know if anybody paid attention, the Seahawks, I don't know if they still have, what's his name?
Position.
That wide receiver they got from the Patriots. I always forget his name. Dorsett. Last name Dorsett.
No, he's gone.
Philip Dorsett.
Was he?
Okay.
Did he play with them last year? He did, didn't he?
They picked him up last year, but he didn't play, I don't think so. I don't know if he got injured or what happened. But they got Tamarion Terry from Florida State University.
No, I saw
That's
that.
the big AJ Green fast target, and they got Dwayne Estridge. So they beefed up, man, on the weaponry.
They got speed.
So they're coming with it. Let's not get it twisted. They gave Rusty 4 weapons. If they got all them 4 on the field at one time, we got to have our chin straps ready. So I mean, we got to come.
Which is what Rusty was crying about the loudest. I don't know what they did on the free agency, but maybe,
Yeah, and Russ moves around a lot, so if he just gets a second or two, you know what I mean, he can make stuff happen.
Like
those guys can get up open earlier. Yeah, but I noticed I like the running back room. I like how we beefed up. I can't wait to see. I was thinking about Frank Gore when I saw Sermon, and I was thinking, okay, Kyle, I see what you're doing here. He's trying to get his pieces that he needs. You know what I mean? And that depth at the running back position is mandatory because we don't want to be in the middle of the season trying to look for backs and guys that try to fill in and hurry up and sign. So Kyle,
got to learn.
He's trying to fill those now and kind of be prepared, and hopefully everybody can be healthy and stuff like that. I was really encouraged to see Brandon Ayuk and Trey working though. I won't lie. So
tell you, Ellis. Well, Ellis, I'm going to look for you tomorrow night. It's Raw, and as usual, great input. All right, fam.
Thank you, Brother Ronbo. I appreciate the platform.
Ellis,
as always, man. Make sure y'all hit the like and subscribe, man. Can we get Ronbo up to 50K before the year's out or something? Can we get a landmark? I'm trying to, we got enough time, y'all. That just is showing we have a nice duration of time to do it, and it's very much achievable. Let's do that.
Thanks,
Troy Warner got picked up by the Rams, fam. I wasn't happy to see that. Fred's little brother. But anyway.
Oh, that's right.
Peace and love.
Oh,
yeah, peace and love, though, my brother. Monday Night Raw. Thank you again.
Looking forward to it.
Good night, bro.
All right, Phil. Night.
Peace.
Mario. I thought we got another Mario? Well, Marion was last time. Mario.
Hey, Ronbo.
Mario, how you doing tonight? Happy Mama's Day.
Happy Mother's Day, Ronbo.
Thanks.
How you doing?
Great. As usual on the weekend. I can be lazy. But Mario, man,
exactly.
We're looking after the draft and seeing who got hurt by the draft that's already a 49er right now, right? And as I look down the list, you look at Justin School, and and then you look at Marcel Harris, because what do you think about Marcel Harris, Mario? Because Hufanga is not Marcel, but Hufanga. Hufanga's got everybody all pumped up because of his dazzling style,
He's a fan favorite.
Yeah, so he's going to come in already popular. And then Wayne Gallman Jr., we just picked him up, but we need all these running backs. Gallman Jr. is going to make this team.
Yeah, exactly.
I just realized.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, especially with the extra roster spots this year.
Yeah,
definitely
55. So yeah.
Yeah, but Marcel Harris, I don't know. I feel like he's been on the team for like
3
on and
years?
off. I feel like he's definitely he's had his chance. He's had multiple chances. I'm sure he's going to still make the team, but because
you think so?
I don't know. I don't think there's a lot of depth at safety.
But him
and Ofunga are playing the same position.
Yeah, he's a strong safety. But you know what? The funny thing is we do have a bunch of guys already. Because you look at Kloski T, J-Dub, and of course
who's the second free safety?
Okay, Kloski T and Ward, and then Tavares Moore can play both those safety positions. I don't know who Tavon Wilson is. But
Kevon was. Oh yeah. They signed him earlier in the off season.
yeah, so,
Veteran.
so I guess
Yeah, maybe.
so, right? Is he pretty good? So you got J-Dub, Timor, Koski T, Tavon Wilson, all in the mix already. So, yeah. And you have, if you just drafted Hufanga at number 5, depending on how many guys the 49ers want to carry in that spot.
Yeah, I feel like there's just enough. I feel like there's maybe just that one extra guy with Ofunga. I don't feel like anyone else is gonna anyone new face trying to get in that spot.
That's what I'm thinking. Josh Rosen versus Nate Sudfeld. That third spot is pretty funny. A battle for number 3.
Oh my god. Oh my god. If we keep him, I don't know. Do you think we'll have a third quarterback?
Yeah. Kyle carries 3 quarterbacks, and why? Because it's too much for just to go get any quarterback and run him through a few plays. And they want you to learn the system. I mean, when they went and got Jimmy, that was just a deal they couldn't pass up, and they gave him a bunch of rehearsed plays. But normally, Kyle does not like to deal with that. He wants to come in and him be able to, because there's too much to learn, right? He wants to be able to sit down. I'm going to tell you the playbook, and you're going to go out there, and you're going to be able to execute it because we've done this before. So Rosen's got a few snaps in. Sudfeld, I think Sudfeld knows a little about offense because he came in from Philadelphia with Rich Scangarello, and I think Scangarello brought him. So Rosen versus Sudfeld, I think that's going to be number 3.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it'll be Rosen. He's younger.
Yeah, everybody's
I feel like
that.
he just hasn't had a better chance. This is a pretty good chance.
And Shannon's probably a better coach than he's had. And Scangarello.
Yeah. I thought Rosen would have been the second quarterback, but earlier in the offseason before he even traded up.
Oh yeah, before the draft. Yeah. Well, it was going to be that way, and then Sudfeld. It was going to be between Sudfeld. Yeah, we were going to have Sudfeld and Rosen, but we already knew they were going to draft a quarterback. I didn't see round 1. That blindsided me. I didn't see that coming. But 49ers want nothing more to do with a C.J. Beathard and Nick Mullins backup. So you know what? Let's go ahead and get a quarterback in the future and get a kid with real talent. So
I can't wait.
That's gonna be interesting.
He'll run it very nice.
That's gonna be crazy.
You could definitely run the run heavy offense.
Yeah. With 5 guys,
we
don't have to worry about losing any. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, we're going to be running the ball like a lot, so I feel like we're definitely going to need all those running backs. I'm sure definitely one, maybe even 2 will go down in the off season or during the season.
And Mario says that it's not bad luck. We do this every year, even with Jimmy Tomsula.
Inevitable.
Remember when we got guys who were sitting at home watching TV to come in and play running back for the 49ers? I said, oh man, what's going on with this team? We can't keep a running back healthy to save our life. Carlos Hyde, remember that year against the Vikings? Carlos Hyde opens the season up. Carlos Hyde's on fire. Boy.
I thought we're going to the Super Bowl this season.
Yes.
And then they tank all the rest of the games.
I know, right? We start off good, and that was it. That was our Super Bowl beginning of the season. We beat the Minnesota Vikings, Teddy Bridgewater and all, and they had a great team that year too.
The Vikings.
Yeah, beat them up. Hey, what's they even had their famous running back too? Adrian. Adrian was, yes, he was on the field. They still beat him. Stopped. Adrian, he never does well against the 49ers, though, historically. But,
no.
So at the end of the year, no running backs. So they're calling guys up. Jimmy, then we start next year. Same with, it's just really bad. So we'll see. 5 running backs.
We had to bring an Australian. Had to bring an Australian superstar.
Right. And he's in jail now. I can't think of his name now. But anyway, Mario. Jared, yeah. He's in jail for 3 years for sexual assault. Can you believe it? Anyway, Mario, be back tomorrow. Looking for you, okay?
All right. See you, Ronbo. Good night.
Good night, man.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day. Thanks. Hey, Shay.
Hey, what's up, Ronbo?
Shay, man, we're coming down through here, man. See what the draft did to guys that were holding on to the job. I guess nobody's ever secure. If you're a football player, especially in the National Football League, you never think for one moment your job is safe. But here they come, the new class. Who's going to get bumped off?
Yeah, absolutely, Ronbo. First things first, happy Mother's Day to everybody. Happy Mother's Day to my mom.
Thanks,
happy Mother's Day
Shay.
to my wife and all the mothers out there.
Indeed.
And happy
Back
Mother's
at
Day
you.
to you as well, Ronbo. And,
Thanks.
thankful for all the mothers that do what they do, holding it down for everybody and then catering and just giving that motherly love to everybody. But
this is number one.
Yeah, Ronbo. Yeah. Exactly. Ronbo. Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of talks about how Funga, talented safety. But I honestly think, like Big Show, shout out to TNT Big Show earlier, said they drafted him as safety. I think they might play him as such, but I think they really saw his special team prowess and saw what he did. I mean, it was the same thing for Trofa Malu too. Like Trofa Malu was a good safety coming out, but his special teams was something like they've unseen of. Like, I mean, the man as a gunner with it on punt return, on punt. I mean, I remember the highlight where he didn't see the guy do the fair catch. He killed that man. I felt so bad. It was bad, bro. It was like a bullet hit him. It was like a truck, man. I felt so bad. And everybody was like, yo, what he fair caught it. And he was like, man, I'm so sorry. I didn't see it. But, yeah, man, I mean, he caught a body in that game. But, I think this guy's going to immediately contribute to special teams. And I think that's something the Niners need is we need a special team ace kind of guy, man. We need a guy who's going to go out there and make exactly. And I remember, I think we used to have one back on the 2013, 2012. I think it was like C.J. Stillman, I think was his name, who was it was a great like special teams guy. You know, he's always chasing people down, getting tackling them within the 20, 15-yard line, always blowing up punt returners, like
what year
things like that. And
is that the year of Tony?
It was like the 2013, 2012.
Tony Montana.
He was like C.J. Stillman.
Tony Montana. That was the special team. That was
Oh yeah, that special team. But that special team was great, and I think Ronbo, that's what Niners need to win in all facets of the game, not only just defense and offense, but special teams. Special teams is really
so
significant. Absolutely, because I mean we can go back to the Arizona game, game one, where Dante Johnson missed the defender, and he was able to block the punt, and they were able to score off that. If that didn't happen, we probably win the Arizona game, right?
Yeah, I know.
So special teams is just as important as the other two facets of offense and defense, but I really think that he will immediately contribute on the special teams end and, work his way up through the depth chart as a safety, or whatever they want to, whether they want to do a hybrid linebacker safety type role, whatever. I think he'll find playing time wherever he's at, but definitely in the special teams role. And Rumble, I was going to say the same thing. Big Show brought up the 55-man roster this year that they're allowing. So we could see some higher depth in other positions that we're not thinking about, because Kyle is able to get two more positions that he might feel that's key. And with this talented running back room, I don't see why he wouldn't add 5 running backs. I mean, it's a necessity at this point, right? We've seen it time and time again that these guys get injured
every year
more than we want them to, and we need fresh guys to throw in there. So. I really like the running back room as it is now, and I'm just waiting to see who, the bell cows be. I mean, obviously right now, if you're ranking it, it would be like Mostert, Trey Sermon, and then, a fight between Jeff Wilson or maybe Gallman, and then Hasty, and then whoever else they bring in. So, excited though, Ronbo, excited to see. But, I think we'll see what looking like in camp. I think we got a lot of talent, a lot of good guys coming in. So I'm interested to see, what the 49ers do, who's taking the first team reps. Same thing like Richie James. I'm hearing a lot of Richie James talk out there right now. Same. So I guess he's still, huh?
What are you hearing about Richie James?
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, he's still on the roster, Romo. I mean, he's still.
No, I know. I thought you heard something beyond that. Yeah, because I thought his contract ran out. He's got one more year.
So that's what I'm saying. He got one more year. So what I'm saying for Richie James is like we don't know. He might be the third. I mean, I think he's talented. I just think we haven't given him the opportunity to give him the ball because KB was getting those third rep touches after Debo, and then when we had Emmanuel Sanders, obviously, right, and then Ayuk came in, and then Richie ended up hurting him with his wrist or whatever early last year. So I think he might try to. Kyle might see something in him that he thinks he could take the next step forward and become that third option for Garoppolo or whoever's under center. And you know, and I'm hoping so because he is explosive when he has the ball in his hands. And I think he knows the scheme really well. Like, you know, he's been in it for almost 3 to 4 years now.
Well,
so
his whole time,
he should have it down deep. Exactly. And, you know, he also adds that other element of the kick returning and punt returning. So I'm excited to see, you know, what we're shaking up to be in camp. But, I mean, like I said, Ronbo, I just think, you know, we got better after this draft. And I'm excited, man, moving forward for the 49ers. So it's going to be interesting to see.
And I'm hearing about Embry. Who was that said he cannot tackle? Was that Renzo? I says, oh no, he's a good he's a good coverage guy though. That's important. So we're gonna find out.
Some highlights that I've seen, some highlights I've seen him get in the backfield and blow up some screens and stuff like that. So it'll be interesting. But I mean, I think they'll work him in. I think D'Amico will do a good job with, you know, the defensive backs, and you know, if he could cover and he looks like the best one, I have no doubt that they'll throw Embry out there across the
they have to,
depending on what Sherman's situation is too. So
it should work out. I just don't want him getting ran through. I can't stand cornerbacks who can't tackle. I remember Spoon did that when he first came, and he got talked about so bad. Spoon became pretty good at that later. So, you know, I love it.
That is true, Ronbo. That's absolutely true. So
we're gonna see.
But, all right, Ronbo.
All
we'll see you out later, brother. Take it
tomorrow.
Easy. Shout out to all my TNT guys. Absolutely. Monday Night Raw, Ronbo. Shout out to all my TNT family. Shout out to production, and shout out to you, brother Ronbo. God bless you.
Thanks,
you have a great night, sir. All right, take it easy.
You too. See you tomorrow, Shay. And speaking of TNT, one of the founding members of, his name is Trez. Trez, come on in, man.
Hold up, wait a minute, Ronbo. Go on and put some red and gold up there.
I just happen to have I keep it handy just in case you may show up. Sprinkling everywhere for this Mother's Day. Trickle, dum, 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 dum. Trez, you're the guy that's fun to talk about on this subject matter because Trez has no sympathy or anything for a player that's not pulling his weight as far as Trez is concerned. Trez, you've seen enough now that you know the players that you don't really appreciate. Players we drafted, you probably got some names you want to get rid of right now, don't you? Trez is after year 3. Go ahead.
Let's first and foremost give a shout out to all the mothers out there
yes, indeed.
around the country. Happy Mother's Day to you all. What a blessing you are to each and every one of us. You know what I'm saying? You brought us in the world, you nurtured us and matured us to the people we are today. Now, we're going to get down to the business, Ronbo. Yeah, we got people on the team that, you know, we would like to say goodbye to, but let's talk about great call by Show tonight. Great call. Shay, too. Yeah. Shay hit on some topics that was right on point. But let's talk about the elephant in the room, Ronbo, but which I still ain't heard nobody talk about. Are you comfortable with this wide receiver room? Because I'm not.
I've been crying about that for 3 years. You know, I'm thinking I'm out of tears. We missed out on OBJ. We just cannot find a premier wide receiver.
We got to find that premier wide receiver. And I think the window is not closed on OBJ for us. I mean, if you're going to target somebody, I think he's our target. And for people who say, oh, he'll come up, be a disruptor to the team. Oh, the young quarterback will be like Baker Mayfield, maybe have to force the ball to him. No, I just don't look at it in that sense because, first of all, I'm pretty sure Kyle will talk to him and have to, you know, see where he at head-wise to tell him, look, you got to buy into my system. You know, all that force-feeding you the ball, that ain't something we do. You know what I'm saying?
I think they had that conversation with him because remember they was trying to get him, but the Giants, man, we ain't trading with y'all. So,
yeah. Well, hopefully they can have that talk again with the Browns because I think Baker became a better quarterback with OBJ off the field with that team. With that team because he didn't have to be pressured to choke him the ball, which kept his interception rates down. So they became more of a team. But see, I think that's what people say, the right team, the right scheme. You know what I'm saying? And I think OBJ will be perfect with us. We need that premier guy, Ronbo. We do. You got to have that.
Preaching to the choir. This is why every season since G's been there, G did really well with what he had in the beginning. He didn't have nothing. We had Trent Taylor and Marquise Goodwin. And then the next year, of course, he got hurt. But the following year, we had to go get Emmanuel Sanders before we had a formidable wide receiving group because Trent Taylor and Debo was a rookie. He had, Debo said, whoa, Debo got hot that year. And of course, Emmanuel Sanders being a premier wide receiver did his thing. But he's not a number one. Emmanuel Sanders is just real talented, but he was the most talented we had. And then of course, from there on, we got rookies. We got guys getting hurt, Jalen Hurd. So yeah, I've been whining about this forever, So yeah.
Yeah. But and as far as the rest of the team is concerned, for me, I'm just worried about the sea chickens because they didn't have no draft pick, and you know what they do every year, Ronbo. They wait and see who we gonna put on our what.
A practice squad or cut.
There you go, on our practice squad. They just wait to see who we gonna put on the practice squad, and then they go plucking from us. You know what I'm saying? I hate that, man. I really
put him on
do.
the 53.
It's like we, right? It's like
DJ
we
had a
we
torn
draft for
pec
us
last
and
year,
them.
Trez. You pick up a man got a torn pec. What are you doing? And it worked out for him.
So with that running back room the way we have it now, you know what I'm saying? Somebody's gonna have to get put on that practice squad, and I can see the sea chickens doing what Pete the Cheat do best. What? Come straight to our practice squad, pluck
pick
this
him up
player.
running back.
You know what I'm saying? Pick him
like
up
it's his
exactly.
like it's his practice squad. He shares it with us.
Right. He does it every year, like clockwork. You know what I'm saying? So look, so I ain't have much, Ronbo. Great. Let me not forget. Welcome to the TNT family, Nana Mike. You know what I'm saying? Forget about it. Hey, welcome to the family, my brother. We love you, man. And Ronbo, but look, I ain't gonna hold you. That's all I had, man. But my thoughts is on that wide receiver room, man. Marcel Harris and the rest of them chunks. We know who the rest of them need to go. We ain't even got to call their names out. It's good food for thought, but hey, we had a hell of a draft, and I'm excited to see this season, to see these young players mature.
Should be fun. Can't wait to see those preseason games. Trez, always a pleasure. Royalty.
Yes, sir,
Ronbo. Hey, you get a chance to look for me tomorrow,
always
okay? Thanks,
yes,
man.
sir. Yes, sir. And like my boy said, let's get you up to that 50K, man. We can get it done, man.
I love it.
We can get it done for real. All right, Ronbo. Thank you. Thank you for the platform. Thanks to the production. All right.
Thank you, fam. Have a good night. Here
Have a good
is Trez. Hey, Omar.
What's up? What's up, stranger?
I know, man. We have not talked to you in a long time.
How you doing, bud?
Omar,
It's been a while, man. I'm sorry I haven't called in, but I have been listening in the last few nights about the draft picks. I've been listening to every show, but I just haven't had time to call in. So I was catching at nighttime, man, when my kids go to bed. So the best I could do.
All right. And it's Mother's Day, too, so you had to wait. And Omar, you know what?
Yeah.
We're sitting there running down. Oh, happy Mother's Day, by the way. We got a shout out to Mom.
Oh, yeah. Thank you very much, man. Same to you, too, man. I appreciate that. Man. Thank you.
Omar, I'm looking at the guys that are probably going to be threatened by some of these draft picks that just came in. And Omar, without me naming certain guys, what is your take on that? Some of the draft, because you know who got picked up in the draft, right? So
yes. Of course, man. Let me tell you something, man. I was really impressed with the third pick. I was going on with Trey Lance because I like Zach Wilson a lot. And then I was like, but as soon as the Jets took him, and I was like,
Plan B.
I want Lance. If I don't get Wilson, I want Lance. And then we got him. I'm happy. I mean, listen, lights out, like Niner Mike said, forget about it. It's going to be forget about it. Because this dude is no joke, man. I think Lance is going to become a star. I think he's going to start a little earlier than a lot of people think because he's already working out with Brian Ayuk. Because they're working out already. I don't know if anyone knows that.
I think there's two or three guys working out.
Yes, he's been throwing passes. I've been reading a lot of contacts over the last few days at nighttime and stuff when I had a chance. And he's throwing that rock, man.
Yeah. Well,
he's throwing the rock, and also
you got to come in and do that. Don't wait. I'm sure Shanahan told him to do that. Probably call the guys up, says guys, once you get together with Trey and throw the ball
Well,
around.
listen, to me, in my opinion, if True Lance balls out during preseason,
and I mean balls out, he could start. He can't start if he balls out during preseason. But like I said, it's like I was listening the past few nights. You can't throw him in there too fast because you might break this kid's confidence.
Yeah.
If you throw him in the fire team, it's not a good idea. I think just kind of prep him along, and God forbid Jimmy gets hurt, because I've been hearing a lot of callers thinking Jimmy's going to get hurt. Don't say that.
You
That's
got
bad luck.
a-holes out there scheduling. He'll never get past week
Yeah,
6.
that doesn't make no sense.
I said, you know what? God, I want to block him or just unfollow. Just don't talk to me.
I don't know,
what you
but
wish that
honestly,
for?
I'm a big Jimmy G. I always like Jimmy G. The problem is he can't stay on the field. You know, I mean, you're missing 23 games in 3 seasons.
Yeah.
That's a lot, man. But when he's playing, we win. We have a 75% chance that we win.
I can't get over that. That's why I'm spoiled.
Yes.
I said, you know what? If he could do that all the time, we would rarely lose. So, you know, that's my
But it's like Jerry. Yeah. Honestly, it's like Jerry Rice said. The Niners have their Ferrari. Just remember that. Yeah. Remember that Jerry Rice said the Niners have their Ferrari right now. So I am looking forward to it, man. I'm pumped up. Plus the guys we got, offensive linemen, like the guy from Notre Dame.
Aaron Banks.
He will start. He's going to start.
Yeah.
I think he's a starter. You know, him, Trent Williams, Alex Mack, and then you have Brunskill. I don't know if, man, but I'm worried about McGlinchey, man. I'm scared. He's the guy. He's losing too much weight. I don't know if he wants to be a model. He wants to be a model or what the fuck he wants to do. I don't understand this guy.
We need a tackle.
Dude, you're playing a – when he first came in the league, he was bigger and he was better. And he lost too much weight. I don't know if he went on keto diet or what, but I don't know what he did.
Hey, blame Joe Staley. He does everything Joe does. So, I'm not playing football anymore. I'm eating less. You need to, Joe, tell him you need to eat, dude.
Yeah.
You know, come on.
Joe Staley lost a lot of weight now because a lot of guys in the NFL, when they're big and they leave the pros and they retire, they tend to lose weight and just to get back in shape so they can be healthy. That's, you know, I mean, they all do that.
Yeah.
But
Mike has no business doing
anyway,
that.
Ronbo, in my opinion, like, I don't know how you feel, but I really like Trey Lance, and I like another guy, Tofanga. He's a star, man.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Troy Polamalu is training him. I don't know if anybody knows that.
Yeah, that's been spread around a lot. So, you know, if Troy took an interest in him.
He's training him.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, if you're being trained by a Hall of Famer, that has to speak volumes, man. Because them guys ain't going to waste their time training somebody. Because he's a no-nonsense guy. You know, Trey Polamalu, like, I'm not even a Steelers fan, but when they were playing, I watched it because of him.
Yeah. Guy was
The
all
way
over
he
the
played
field.
of the lines, the way if you look at Tofanga's game, he plays just like him. I'm not saying he is Polamalu, but he plays just like him.
The closest thing.
And he's a hitter.
Yes. I love it.
Well, listen. Yeah, but Ronbo, listen, like, I don't want to take too much of your time, but listen, man, I love everybody here. I would love to call more often. You know, it's just like my time is limited, man, like everybody else, man, with 2 kids and stuff. But I'm trying to call in more often. But
you and Ellis.
And,
you know what? You go ahead and be a good dad.
Yeah.
We know you're there, and you'll be with us in spirit,
Yes, sir.
even when you're not able to call in, Omar.
Yeah.
So,
I love the Niners, dude. And, like, I always listen to you every night, and I always press some likes on you, man. So press likes on Mr. Ronbo, man.
Thanks, fam.
You're great, man. You're phenomenal. Go Niners, and let's hit the Super Bowl.
Absolutely. I agree. Thanks,
yeah,
fam.
man. Yeah, man. Stay blessed, my friend.
You too, Omar. All right. Talk to you as soon as can. Okay. Oh, man. And there he goes. Hey, fam, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Go ahead and, as you know, on Sundays I always have leftover pizza because I try to eat the family size by myself. It's a challenge. I can get it done. There's some waiting for me. I'm going to go back and get that. Meanwhile, fam, happy Mother's Day. And see you tomorrow night. Keep thinking those red and gold fantasies. Is that like? I know! God, I love doing that.